This arrow shatters silence and heralds the spring. Let the light of spring illuminate our path.
May all be blessed with a golden harvest. Fallen leaves on golden winds sing of autumn's arrival.
Though winter falls, we yearn for spring stirring, Florian and I.
Together, we'll brave winter's embrace.
By spring's light.
In the name of autumn.
Hidden blossoms.
Fruits of our labor.
This arrow shatters silence and heralds the spring. Let the light of spring illuminate our path.
May all be blessed with a golden harvest. Fallen leaves on golden winds sing of autumn's arrival.
Though winter falls, we yearn for spring stirring, Florian and I.
Together, we'll brave winter's embrace.
By spring's light.
In the name of autumn.
Hidden blossoms.
Fruits of our labor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Golden Hour Cup 2026. It's me, Sudan Rai from Nepal, and with me there is Michael Jackson from Bangladesh. Oh, sorry, it's Waka Mahmood from Bangladesh.
Thank you so much. And I was expecting you to call me Clint, but unfortunately, you just say something else. But it's okay. I'm taking it. And today is day two. Golden Hour Cup 2026 is all about Bangladesh versus Nepal once again. A great rivalry between these two teams. We all know about that. Today's game is all about. Oh, I don't. Wait a second. Cockatiel Supremacy versus the Elysium. Is it Elysium? I'm
Yeah.
pronouncing well. It's Elysium Esports. But I have a question. What the hell the boys are doing in the birdcage? I have no clue.
Anyways, the second match will be in between DEFAME versus Velocity. DEFAME, they are from Bangladesh, and the Velocity, they are from Nepal. And well, we are entering the match number one. It is the game number one. Best of three. COCKATIEL SUPREMACY will be playing from blue side for the game number one, and ELSYIUM from red side for the game number one.
Absolutely, and we're all almost in the drafting phase, which is very crucial. And we all know drafting is very important, and one single draft will decide the fate of the game. The rest of the game, the fate is depend on a pure drafting. So okay, so starting things up with all right, so starting things up with the Cockatiel Supremacy, and we just saw a band which is a Freya, and definitely a very good band. What do you say? Because last time we saw Freya in the goal lane, and we all know how bad as could be a Freya in the goal lane. So yeah, banning out a Freya is that does make sense.
Yeah, on the other hand, Elysium, they are going for the Zushin ban, and we've already seen. I mean, we've been seeing Zushin since long that she's been, the very annoying mid laner, and she was also a very annoying mid laner for yesterday's matches, and she will be for rest of the for the rest of the life, I guess. I'm not sure exactly.
Exactly, and here in the other side, Elysium just banned out a Jushin, and in the other hand, like Cockatiel Supremacy. Okay, just ban out a gold rock. Okay, so that's a very good ban. I'm gonna say, and I'm just expecting to see a ban like Sora or even Soyo could be a very good ban. Also, I mean, if it just goes for the Elysium side, then I'm expecting to Sora get banned. Like uh, recently in this meta, you can also play Sora in the goal lane. Okay, we just lost Sudin, right? I guess. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully he will
Sora,
get back soon. Okay, we got you.
yeah, Sora is really good pick right now, and even though there was some team who got hands with the Sora, they got really badly countered by the Valentina pick. So yeah, picking up the Sora early on might backfire you, because if there will be Valentina open late open for the opponent team, then yeah, the opponent team might even have those clouds bursting you off from the sky.
Absolutely. And there's a Guinevere ban, unfortunately. And I guess it's a kind of ban like you usually don't expect regularly. But it's a kind of ban that we don't usually see in this kind of meta format game. So let's expect some different bans from the both side, especially from the Supremacy side. And let's see which hero they're going to ban. All right, so here we go. There's a Leomord. So, from the side of Cognitive Supremacy, they have banned out a Leo. And we saw a couple of good gameplay last night with the Leo mode. Maybe it was a quite bad from the side of Kingsman's side because they just messed up with the Leo mode. I mean, especially their hyper. We discussed about that a lot. But I guess if we just put that aside, Leo mode is a very good pick according to this meta section. So I'm taking it as a very good ban that I would say. So right now I'm just moving into the Elysium side once again. So what do you expect as a ban? So then like you could have a gaze.
Okay, I wasn't expecting Yes, that's a very good ban, by the way. Since he is a survival, is still a very he still has a lot of damage from early to late game. He has lots. He has that quick jungle rotation capability because of the quick clearance of the jungle. How fast he can clear the jungle up, and how fast, if he is on the good hand, he can gap any jungler, I would say. And let's see what will
Mm.
be the first pick for Cockatiel here.
Yeah, from a supremacy side, we could have Soyo from their side because Soyo is open, and I consider Soyo as a very good, as a jungler according to this current meta. Maybe he gets just a couple of nerf, we all know that, but still, Soyo is it could be a massive pick. All right, so okay, here we go. There is a Cloud. There is a Cloud as a first pick. I'm not quite sure about that. Like just securing a Cloud in this early phase. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm not quite sure about that because there is a multiple counter of Cloud. Like you can take Belric as a very easy and common pick against a Cloud, especially whenever you are just hanging up with the Blazing Duet, and all you just have to do is just praise a Prison Rat, not a Prison Rat, Word Ride. Rod Ride. You just have to do praise the Rod Ride, the ultimate, then Vengeance, then um, but Blade Armor, boom, and also plus passive. Cloud will easily get Doom. And there's a few more several options. Like Cho is a very good counter of Cloud, like countering the Blazing Duet, and there could be a lot of more options left for Cloud, but I'm not quite sure about the first pick that they have made. I mean, the Supremacy. And I'm just a little bit concerned, like how the boys will do inside the birdcage, and I'm not quite sure about that. So let's see. Let's support the best. Lots of good names, well-known face. Bangladesh, because you guys already know Sarayan, Kia, and Hercules, and the new part is they're in the birdcage right now. So let's see what they will bring this time. Will they capable enough to hold the glory like the past times, or they will die inside the birdcage? Let's see.
Yeah, we will see that after a while because we are still in the drafting phase right now. For the Cockatiel Sports, they were in the double pick phase, and they are going for Farsa with Elise. Yeah, Elise. We've been seeing a lot of good Elise in yesterday's matches. Let us see if that will be the same for today's matches because Cockatiel Sports, they have got their hands on Elise for the game number one, and at the same time, looking at Elysium, they have got their hands on Sora, who is also really good explainer. Or yeah, is we all know he can be flexed to the goal lane as well, according to the draft, how the draft goes on by.
Absolutely. So we were expecting Sora, and we got a Sora from the Lizam Shah side, and Kia with the Leafs and Fursa. Dash picked up Fursa. Just we talked a lot about Fursa. Like we know how devastating he can be in the early phase or even the late game. Like if you just count two or three late game mates, then you must have to take Fursa in the line as long as with Sicilian and Xavier. So I really do appreciate that pick, and Kyo with the list definitely gonna play in the EXP, gonna mess up with Sora. And I'm just eagerly waiting to see the fight against Sora versus a Key. I mean, Masks or whatever the pronunciation is. I'm not doing that again because I don't want to make mistakes. So I'm just calling it Sora versus Kia. So I'm just eagerly waiting for that. All right, so Lunox is here, and like Lunox has a lot of potential, like escape ability, damage, bursting down
Mhm.
tanks, and I, high densities heroes. It's a very common pick against those tanky lineups. So
Mhm.
yeah, Lotus is very good, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, only thing still be missing is the CC ability, but yeah, there is four more players who can cover up for that, CC capability. And here we are for the last and final ban for Elysium. What will they be banning? Okay, they will be banning some tanky jungler here, even though they have gotten that tank melter on their hands. I'm not sure why they are banning Freight Train when they have already secured Lunox for their lineup.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but still, that does make sense. You could easily counter those tanks, but still, just you know, keeping away heroes like Fedrin, it could be much beneficial for them because there's a one thing, like always you have to follow your personal strategy. If your
Mhm.
strategy says ban out those heroes that you can just take them inside the team fight, then okay, just go ban it. Sometimes I just do prefer their personal strategy instead of copying some, good teams or regular strategy that we usually see in the MPL, MSCs, or even sometime in the World Championship. I'm not a good fan of those strategy because strategy comes from your own team, like your own way, the way you play. That is the strategy. So if you're
Mhm.
just well to banning out those heroes that you can just take, then just go for it. I would say. All right, so supremacy. The great names Sorin and Hercules yet to pick some heroes, and I am expecting a very good fight from them because I have already said there's so much to do. A lot of good names here. You might know them if you're watching from Bangladesh. Then you might know Kia, Dash, and especially Sorin and Hercules. These players are amazing. They are the part of one of the most biggest team of
Mhm.
Bangladesh. Maybe they're just changing their scores or something. But still, I'm just believing on them.
Okay, and we can see the jungler getting locked up by Elysium. They have opted for a Zoe pick. Yeah, we can see there aren't so much CC from the side of COCKATIEL Supremacy. That is why a Zoe could fit here, perfectly for Elysium. But let's see what COCKATIEL will have for the Zoe. Will they be picking some CC heroes? Yeah, we can see some few tanky junglers getting banned out. Now, maybe Akai might be an option if they really want to go for the tanky jungler, but no, they are going for the assassin pick. And we can see Fanny getting picked up by Kakatiel, and with her, we can see the Badang. Maybe the wall coming up from Badang will be beneficial for the Fanny, which they have paired up him with.
Absolutely. So in the side of Elysium, I could see there will be a much needed item for the Supremacy side that will be Radiant Dormer at initial because there's already three magical heroes and
Mhm,
could be a little bit like backfire for them. Like
mhm,
you just have a lot of magical heroes, so all you just have to do just go for some Radiant Armor and Athena's Shield, especially for Kia and Hercules, or even Fanny could go for the Rose Gold Meteor. So there is a lot of magic damage. So I'm not just quite sure about the strategy, but still like targeting the backlane, especially taking down the Claude. Um, Joy could be a very good option for them. Those electrifying page,
mhm.
you just pass through some front laner and go just get back to their marksman. I mean, the Claude, and turn on your bets, and you could easily take him down. All right, so Hercules picked up a Badang that is already have said by Sudin Rai. He just shared that Badang's wall could be a little bit more tricky for them. I mean, the Elysium side. All right, so
Mhm.
the comparison has been set from the both side, and let's see which team has the last life from commentary box. From Bangladesh, I'm here, Walker Mahmood, and alongside with me, the boy from Nepal, your Sudin Rai is here, and I'm just directly moving on to Sudin Rai. He will describe the in-game.
Yeah, we are currently into the playoffs day two, and it is the single elimination round where the team who will be losing this match will get eliminated just like yesterday, and only two teams from today will move on to this into the semifinals, I guess. Yeah, after this we'll be having the semifinals round, and at the same time, those who are watching right now, they if they want to participate in the giveaways, we have lots of giveaways on the Facebook page. You can visit the Facebook live wherever you are watching right now. You can visit the MLBB Nepal or MLBB Bangladesh live right now, and you can share the stream, drop down the in-game ID on the comment section. But at the same time, there is the fight.
Absolutely, and here Lunox might be in trouble, but with a very low HP, he just managed to run out from the situation. And in the other hand, Moskov and Clark struggling a lot to get the gold buff, and in the end, that was taken by strategically by Moskov. That was a like just fight for the gold crab, and it was hilarious to see. All right, so Joy just still struggling to get level 4, and Kia already done with level 4. That means Cutthroat is ready. He could easily cut someone's throat by help of his cable anytime, anywhere. And Kia just eagerly waiting to get a team fight inside the Fanny zone, because we all know after taking the blue buff and the red buff, the Fanny zone
Yeah.
is most strong.
Yes, he is having a bit okay, some poke over there. And even we can see Hercules, he is forced to fall back for now. Let's see if there'll be a contest from both of the teams for this first ever turtle for the game number 1 or not.
Exactly, and here's the wall. Hercules pinned down nicely. Alright, so Garrett Kutcher might be in trouble, but not yet, because Garrett Kutcher, he can sustain a lot. And Turtle has been spawned in the Land of Dawn. So now the question is, who will manage to take the first turtle in the Land of Dawn? And today is day 2, Golden Hour Cup. It's a holy month, so don't forget to share this stream. Today we also have giveaway 6,000 plus diamonds, I guess. If I'm not wrong, all you just have to do, share the stream to your timeline and mention your friends and comment right down below your in-game ID so that we can track you and make sure that you are following in the meantime. So Kia, just spam his couple and trying to get the squishy, especially the Joy.
Yeah, but the thing is, the retribution wasn't forced from the side of Silo. And okay, there's the Silo securing the turtle, first of a turtle. Jarvigi with the chaos farm,
Alright.
and there's the isolation coming up from Hercules, and there's the cable. Kia, he will be taking down Susant over there. And okay, ELSYIUM Esports, they are trying to trade
Double kill.
with the pressure on the mid lane, but they were once again punished for that.
That is, that is a regular gameplay of Fanny. Like whenever just Kia managed to get his Fanny, we all know how devastating he could be in the early stage, and that is what he's just doing right now. 2 kills in a row, and that is taken by Kia. It was a much-needed farm for Fanny player. Like you just have to get enough farm in the early game and pin down to the wall once again. Fifth crack. Hercules was about to get slain, but just a hell of a flicker. He was escaping at the very last moment. Ooh.
Yeah, and I guess the credit also goes to Sorin, because the way he dealt the damage against Silo, Silo wasn't able to keep the pressure against Hercules over there. So yeah, that was the great team coordination over there coming up from COCKATIEL. Let's see how the game goes by. As we can see, the game is getting a really competitive as compared to yesterday's. And okay, there's another invasion, but the invasion aren't being that much successful. They are getting taken down. They are not being able to secure the purple buffs or even the orange buff.
Yeah, that was quite unnecessary for that. I would say, like, it was completely unnecessary and a big flaw from the Legion side. It was a totally unnecessary invasion from them. Like, you were just way much behind, especially the goal difference. You are not taking the lead. You are far behind than Supremacy. Then you shouldn't have go for the invasion. You were out of farm, you were out of item, and you were just giving a full course invasion in a Fanny's lane. That that doesn't make any sense, and that is quite hilarious from their side. Like in Malaysia, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
They paid off very nicely.
it's been a few time, I guess. We haven't seen that much of Badang these days, but then these Badang have perfectly worked around against this composition. Once again, the fight was broken onto the mid lane, and there was a kill for Sorin. But no, that was that Hercules who secured the kill against Silo?
I guess so. Let me remind you guys once again, maybe the sponsor could change But don't forget, the players they're playing in the Supremacy set, they are one of the best players and they have tons of records in their buff kit. So you might know them well who they are. So whenever you are just facing Bangladesh, if you were just looking for the great team of Bangladesh, then you could see these names. Like, let me pronounce it for you once again. Hercules, Orion, Kia, these players are amazing. Boys are amazing. So, the squad could be changed, but not the player. And here, once again, the fatal airstrike. Badang just keep bashing. Avatar of the Guardian to stay and escape from the fight.
Yeah, and we can see a typical fan over there trying to, pressurize the side lanes, and where rest of the players, they are trying to pressurize overall map, and there they are once again trying to start the battle in the pit of the purple buff. Susad is getting melted, and there's the blazing duet from Icon. He will not be able to take that kill, but the Sorin was one to secure the kill, I guess. And there they are trying to take down tier 2 turret, but it is way too early to take down tier 2 turret for now, because it is still 7 minutes of the mark. The extra SP of tier 2 turret is still there intact.
Absolutely. So, but just talking about the neutral objective, then Supremacy there in the upper hand. You guys can see they just took down the TR1 from every side, and once again Kia just getting unstoppable. But in the meantime, she got shut down in the hand of the Lunas. It was a must needed for them, like Kia was overfarmed. So in this case, you must need to give him a shutdown. It was quite necessary for them. It could be a momentum for them. So let's have a look at the itemization so that we could explain a little bit more about the itemization from the both side. So starting things up with Kia, Blade of Heptasis. In the meantime, like physical penetration, Malefic Roar. In the other side, there is a Genius 1 from Joy, still suffering a bit to make his item properly. And in the other side, like Trinity goes for Claude. And I guess the same goes for Moscow. And I could say one, like Moscow is a pure Contra fan, and we all know that. And whenever he was just putting the wall against a Moscow, he could easily escape from that. So it is not that much hardened for them to escape from Padang's wall, but still they're just lacking on their strategy. I don't know why. That thing is not that much bad.
Okay, once again, the fight have broken here. Meepo will be falling here, but then we can see the Brilliance form getting popped up, but it's still the corner point with the flicker, and that was a nice stun from Daz over there. And okay, CeeLo, he's trying to just trade it back from the mid lane, but maybe that will not be successful.
Alright, so here we go, the Lord dance. Actually, it's not a dance because Supremacy, they will definitely take the log without getting, an interruption. And here we go, in pause, taking the Lord. And the KDA is quite high, like Supremacy side, they took 10 kills, and in the other side, ELSYIUM Esports are having a very bad time. Like goal difference, like there is a more than 7k goal difference between these two teams. So right now, what could be the strategy? Oh, look at the
3 men in isolation. CeeLo will be taken down. Icon will take down Meepo even before popping up that Avatar of Guardian. Now only 2 players standing to defend the base. Okay, I thought that the holy defense of tier upper lane was taken down because of that low SP minion, but it wasn't the case. Yeah, they managed to break the holy shield from the mid lane, and there is the Lord knocking onto the base from the top side.
Absolutely, and here we go. They're marking for the top lane, and in the mid the feather airstrike combined of Avatar of the Guardian from the side of ELSYIUM Esports. But in the end, he just ended up by, taking a kill of Sora. Like, they are just taking everything away from them. I mean, ELSYIUM Esports, they are just getting cornered right now. Electrifying bits. Hercules might be in trouble, but not yet.
Oh, CeeLo, he took a lot of damage over there from Incon. Incon, he is getting really comfortable. He had around 1200 gold lead when we saw the itemization earlier. Maybe it have increased even more right now, the way he is getting really comfortable around the assassins of the team ELSYIUM Esports.
Absolutely, and I guess if they want to do something, if they want to just make a miracle, then they just all have to wait because they have Moscow. So all they just need to do hold the game, then Moscow do some great damage against a Fanny or even Claude, and Feather Airstrike zoning them out. And I guess Lunox will forcefully get used by his order, blazing to the full stack. Huge damage is coming from Cloud, but unfortunately the kill has been taken by Kia. As long as with Incon, like they want to just finish the game as early as possible, and that is, I guess, the basic strategy from their side. But as I told you, so then they must have to wait because they have Moscow.
Oh, the last man is standing. Escapes. He is there with his spear of destruction. He teleported. He is trying his best to defend the base, but no, he will not be able to. As COCKATIEL Esports, they will be destroying the base and will take the game number one.
All right, congratulations, huge congratulations from the side of Supremacy. They have played very well. Literally, they give no chance to the Elysium side. And as I told you guys, you're playing against a top team of Bangladesh, and I already pronounced those names. A lot of player knows them a lot. A lot of players, those who are watching this game, they might know them as well. So you're playing against the best team in Bangladesh. So what else you could expect except win? And that is what happened right now. That was a clean victory. But still, there's a one more game to go, and I guess Elysium Esports will figure out some good strategy against the great team of Bangladesh.
Yeah, that was game number one of the best of three series in between COCKATIEL Supremacy versus the Elysium. And yeah, this was the game number one taken down by COCKATIEL Supremacy. And let's see if the Elysium will have any chance of getting the comeback in this series or not, because we've already heard from Walker that they are the top team. Are there any team that are on the same level to the COCKATIEL Supremacy in Bangladesh or not? Especially these four teams.
Well, this question, it is a little bit, tricky question. And if I just, give you my opinion, then a lot of heart will get broken. Like they will just ask me, like, why not, brother? Like you just, you're just doing a lot of applause on them. So yeah,
Yeah.
if I just be honest, like, if you just tell me to pick up one team, then I will say, in this tournament, Supremacy, Cocktail Supremacy, they are the good team. I mean, they're the boss one. They're the best team that I would say. Like every single team is best. Like there's a
Mhm.
reason they made this far. But if you just tell me which one is the best, like if you just tell me to pick one, then I would pick them instead of picking others. But still, every single team is good. I mean, from Bangladesh, the four teams, they are awesome, They're awesome in their own ways. And the players, they're role players. They were in many squads, and your sponsorship could be changed, but not the player. So that is the thing that
Mhm.
happened. They need to change the squad, but they are the top leading squad in Bangladesh.
Yeah, yeah. I as well have seen most of the players in the international tournaments like MCV and even
Yeah,
the
yeah.
previous tournament.
They are the crisis requital.
Yeah, we've seen.
They
I've
are.
seen them very frequently playing against Nepal. Anyways, this is the match highlight. You can also create some highlights and post it in Mlbb Nepal or Mlbb Bangladesh Facebook group, and you might be the one to win the giveaway of of up to 10,000 diamonds. So yeah,
Mhm.
make sure to make a clip, post it there with the hashtag golden hour moments. And also there are lots of giveaways, like you can share the stream on Facebook publicly, and you can drop the game ID and server ID. Here is the MVP for the game number one.
In con from the side up, Cockatiel Supremacy, 67% kill per participation, 5% damage, and damage dealt 35%. Ooh, that was a lot of damage, dealt by Claude. And look at the build. There's a Trinity combined with the Malefic gun, which helped him to increase his range, and that worked very finely. And yeah, that is the MVP from the side of Team Supremacy, and you know, they played a very good game, and that was outstanding Claude gameplay from the side of Cockatiel Supremacy, and in the other side, the whole Elysium team, Elysium Esports, they played up a huge short, and you guys could see the result. And I was expecting a little bit more from Joy because like you were talking about Hercules, right? So inside of the wall, you could easily escape with any of those heroes. Like
Mm-hmm.
Lunas could escape if you just make a perfect timing with the order. And if we just talk about the Moscow, we all know about the second skill. The Moscow's dash is one of the most strongest dash in MLBB. And Joy is a complete full pack of mobility. And Sora is is a EXP laner, just no need to escape. Just all you have to do is just sustain. And I'm not saying anything about Garrett Kase. He's also a tank. So three most crucial damage dealer could easily escape from Hercules. So that is the reason I told you I was expecting a little bit more. Like Hercules shouldn't be their main headache. Like you could easily avoid Hercules.
Mm-hmm. By the
So that
way,
was
I
lacking.
think, yeah, I think the mistake was that they overcommitted for the early, early invasion. They wanted to make the early lead against Fanny because Fanny, she is really great and she is really great in the early phase. So if any team manages to suppress Fanny during the early phase of the game, and I think that is the 50% chance of victory already. So I think they overly focused towards Fanny, towards the invading the purple buff and so on, and where they got really really punished for that. And I think that's where they lost their tempo, and yeah, obviously they lost the game number one. So let's see how they will perform in the game number two. Will they be having the same strategy, or will there be any changes?
All right, so let's see what they will bring out of the box in the next game. And I always seek for good strategies, and so let's see what they will bring in the next game. So I didn't took that Badang, as a threat for the Elysium side, but let's see what they will do because I always say they are all the best teams, and there's a reason they made this far and they made top to the tables because they were worthy. So it's not like they were playing against one of the best team in Bangladesh. It is like you are the best, so you have to prove that. Okay, let's hope for the best and let's expect another good gameplay from, like Supremacy side and also from the side of Team Malaysia Esports. Let's expect a very good, a match.
Yeah, I'm expecting best of three tie-breaking matches just like yesterday in rest of matches, which are incoming for the playoffs or even for the semi-finals and finals. We would like to see the historic competition between Nepal and Bangladesh, and hopefully we'll be having some, wildcard slots in the international matches, the World Series like MSC or even the M Series, so that the esports will esports MLBB sports in South Asia will have the growth. If there's a slot, there's the growth. If there's no slot, then I don't think there will be any sponsor who will be willing to spend their money for nothing, right?
Exactly. And in the meantime, Bangladesh and Nepal, you guys all have to prove yourself more and more that you guys are worthy enough to compete in the international stage. It's not about
Mhm.
Bangladesh and Nepal anymore. It's about that you guys are competing against the big teams like Indonesian teams, Malaysian teams, or even Filipinos. Still, there's a lot more to prove, but still, we're hoping to get our Mobile Legend Champions battle back once again in our arena. So yeah, let's hope for the best, and I'm expecting that too because that is the way that you could make yourself in the MSC qualifier, or even sometime if you're lucky enough, then you could get a small slot in the wild card, World Championships wild card. So right now, let's dive into the drafting section. Supremacy in the left side and Elysium in the right side as well. So starting things up with Sodin Rice. Sodin, go for it.
Yeah, we can see the similar, situation from the game number one. There's COCKATIEL is Supremacy once again in the blue side and Elysium in the red side, and the bans so far are the same. There's the Freya ban, from COCKATIEL, SUPREMACY, and from ELSYIUM there's Zusin. So maybe they will be seeing Grok ban, and there he is. But I guess there will be some few changes from side of ELSYIUM. They might be banning Fanny this time because Grok once again have been banned. Grok is also really annoying if you are playing with Fanny. So yeah, Fanny might be expected from ELSYIUM. Sorry, I mean Fanny might be expected to be played from COCKATIEL Supremacy.
I would say Fanny is not a good, a major threat right now because you could easily counter Fanny. Like
Hmm.
in this type of competitive stage, countering Fanny is not a big deal. But sure, you have to put a good strategy against the Fanny. Like if you just, like get afraid in the early stage, like you were quite out of farm, and instead of farming and focusing on the neutral objective, what you just did, you just invade their jungle having low amounts of gold. You were out of
Hmm.
farm, you were out of skills, and in the meantime, you were out of proper simple basic item, and you were just targeting and invading their jungle. And that doesn't make any sense. That's a complete foolish idea that I would say. So countering fan is not a big deal, but I would say. Okay, so here we go. There's a Lancelot ban because they might know Kia is a very good Lancelot player. Not only that, but also he plays every single assassin perfectly.
Yeah, looking at the Fanny play, yeah, everyone can guess that he is a good assassin player. So we might be seeing some tank junglers here in this game as lots of assassins have been banned, but still there's Sin left open for COCKATIEL. So will they be picking Sin for their very first pick? That is
Hmm,
because that is the best pick right now in the
yeah,
jungle right now.
obviously. Oh, but no, unfortunately, no. In Con with the Cloud once again, we saw his Cloud gameplay. That was amazing, but
Hmm.
there was a good option open. Like you could have go for the Yisan Shin. It could be a very good pick that I would say. But just securing a jungler in the first phase, it's not a big, it's not an idle choice that I would say. It's not a regular good choice in this type of competitive section. So okay, fine. I'm taking it in con with the Cloud. So there will be chance for Elysium. I mean, they could have go for the YSs. What do you say?
Yeah, but looking at how he could play the Claude, I guess maybe they are very, very comfortable with that Claude. Yeah, there
Exactly.
weren't so much rotation towards the goal, and but then he was single-handedly, keeping the gap against that Moscow coming up from Elysium. That is how they had a complete lead on the game number one. So maybe because of that comfortness for that Claude, they are prioritizing the cloud too much.
Hmm. It could be a strategy from their side, like prioritizing your goal lane. Like he could easily carry the late game and the rest of the game
Hmm.
in the late time period. So yeah, it could be a simple strategy, but effective strategy that I would say. And in the other side, Elijah me sports. All right. So there is a Eve, the mistress of real world manipulation, and also there's a Sora. Like they're just having a very good picks. Like they just got two metas in the row. But the problem comes on whenever you were just playing against one of the big team in Bangladesh, and you were just getting nervous and you are failed to implement whatever you just want to, and you're just getting failed. No matter how counter pick that you have in your team, but if you just can't play properly, you can't put your great strategy and can implement that well in the battle arena, then it's just completely useless. Just still see Sudin. There is a good pick. Like definitely you could say Sora in this meta is amazing. Like
Hmm.
there's a double phase of his ultimate. You could get the sustain mode, or you could easily go for the bashing mode. And also there's a Eve, a perfect mage for a team fight. You couldn't say they are not having a very good pick, even their draft is bad. You couldn't
Hmm.
say that, but you could put some question on their strategy. That's all you can do. But the
Hmm.
drafting is fine, not that much bad enough.
Yeah, obviously we've seen the perfect lineup from both of the teams in the game number one, but the execution wasn't perfect from Elysium side. They were
Exactly.
very greedy for the innovation because they were trying so hard to suppress that Fanny during the early game. But let's see what will be the strategy for the game number three. Okay, they are going for carry, who didn't have a very good time in yesterday's matches. We can see the 0% win rate for carry during these. During the playoff, I would say, yeah, maybe
Low
scary
range.
players won in the previous phases, but for the playoffs, he is having really bad time. Let's see if the player from Elysium will break the curse or not for the carry.
Exactly, and I just already interrupted you by saying short range, low range.
Mhm.
That does make sense enough in the main battlefield. Like marksman means you have to increase your range, but whenever you were just out of range, like your range is so low, you were just having two blade in your arm, like you could throw some shurikens in a very short range. Like that is the reason Mia and Carrie is far much behind than the other marksmen. Oh, also we can count Moscow as well as this shoe.
Mhm.
Okay, so that is a bad side of having a carry in your team. Like uh, you know, your first item should be the DHS or maybe the Corizon side. Like in the first phase, you couldn't go for the Malefic gun because nobody does that in the early
Mhm.
stage. So we all know that it increase your range. And if you're just messing up against a good range marksman like Claude, who could easily demonstrate your lane anytime he want, if he just okay with the DHS in the early couple of minutes, like around 4 or 3 minutes, then it could be a little bit troublesome for carry. And as you just mentioned, Shudin said a lot of time carry is having a very bad time in the land of the. So let's see, will enough capable to break the curse, or the curse will still remain here in this tournament?
Yeah, anyways, we are into the second phase of the picking. We have seen Zoe getting banned out. Oh, there's a Guniver for the jungle coming up from, and oh,
Oh,
it goes same for Guniver as well, or maybe no. She have been picked for the first time in this playoff. She was banned for 3 times already for the playoffs. Okay, maybe she might be a great trade for most of the teams, according to the number of times she have been banned out.
hmm. All right, so they have banned out a Joy. Also, the Kalia and in the Fedrin and Basha have got banned because they haven't picked any jungler yet. So it was a great ban from their side. And so Ryan with a Soyo. Okay, they they will probably have a swap here because Sorian is not gonna play the Soyo. It will get swapped with Kia. Hercules. Hercules making his second appearance in this game with Garrett Kacha. Usually, personally, I don't like Garrett Kacha playing as a roam. Instead of that, I would prefer him in the EXP lane. But anyways, in these days in competitive sections, we're watching him, you know, playing in the roam more than having him in the EXP.
Yeah.
That makes me think maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm the wrong guy who is just only thinking that Garrett Kacha is a pure EXP laner more than a tank.
Yeah, we have barely seen him getting played in Explain. Maybe it is because of how immobile he is. Yeah, he have that huge range for the AOZ, but most of the time it is used for escaping or making a huge shade. So yeah, maybe it is because of the immobile light. I mean, he isn't that fast enough to rotate from lane to lane. And Elysium, they are closing the draft with Minotaur, which could possibly counter Claude. But yeah, he is really, really comfortable with that Claude. So maybe that Minotaur might not help. We can see two of the players with the knockup capability. So maybe this time, Incon might have a bit hard time playing that Claude very comfortably.
Yeah, and that's supposed to have in the first game also, but instead of that, like Claude just perfectly dominate the whole Elysium team. And in this game, also, we could see a very good counter of Claude, but let's see what happened in this game. Will they utilize Minotaur's Minos Fury? Will they manage to utilize that ultimate, or we will see another flawless victory against the Elysium Esports? And let's see which team, which nation has the last laugh.
Yeah, anyways, this is the game number two. Cockatiel, Supremacy, they have already secured one win against Elysium Esports. They only need one more win to enter the semifinals, and this time as well, they are looking really comfortable. They are trying to poke the damage early on because we all know that Minotaur is really squishy during the other phase of the game, and he's getting melted. Kia with the first blood, maybe they have already found their tempo for the game number two as well.
Absolutely, and that was an early perfect blow from the side up Supremacy side, taking down Minotaur. And the thing that you were saying, just like Minotaur is a little bit squishy in the early phase because in the first phase, usually Minotaur player goes for the Oasis flags, yeah, Oasis flags, and that is the main reason that you couldn't have enough sustain in the early phase of the game. And here we go. I guess the fight has been started. Guinevere with the jump, if I'm not wrong. And Snow might be in trouble. Oh no. Okay, so all
That
right.
was really, that was really perfect execution from Kia. He combined that Cyclone Eye with his dash, and he landed perfectly against Isno, and Isno was taken down right away. He is going for third
Oh
kill for the game, but he will get shutted down. There's the feather strike once
no.
again. Soaring secures and no the kill. Snow might be in trouble. We can see low SP Hercules, but that's not going to be trouble for him. We all know a gutted Kaza can outplay if there's some squishy player against him.
If things goes this way, then we could say like it will end around 10 to 12 minutes if things goes this way. I'm not quite sure about that, but still, let's hope for the best. Let's see what happened. And the first hurdle is taken by the Supremacy side, and boys are doing very fine and very well in the land of Dawn. Never drop the guard, and unfortunately, nobody home.
Ooh.
That was a completely blank avatar of the Guardian for
Yeah,
Hercules.
maybe he tried using his luck. Maybe if there will be some player, then we might even, further continue this snowball. That might have been his strategy. But okay, that
Exactly.
was not so much of waste because the next fight might not start any time soon. But maybe no, there is a fight in the middle lane. But that was some poking, and that's all, I guess.
And in the meantime, that there's a huge kill difference between these two teams right now. Only 3 minutes running in the land of Dawn, and in these 3 minutes, Supremacy took 5 kills in a row. Valid required. In the meantime, Hercules has been taken down very nicely by the hand of Guinevere.
Yeah, one trade have been claimed by Elysium Esports Susant with the Thunder farm, but yeah, obviously Dash is already out of range. He doesn't want to take the damage because yeah, the Thunder farm hits really hard.
Absolutely, and don't forget to share this stream, and you will get a chance to win. You know, a huge amount of diamond if you just keep participating in our contest. As long as with the game, I guess that there's also some gifts like whenever you just share the stream and mention your friends and comment you right down below your ID in the stream, then you will might have a chance to win some diamonds. So there's a lot of gifts that we are providing here in this tournament. Here we go, the Thunder Priest is coming on, but Dash will will survive,
Oh,
I guess. Ooh, that is a pure gameplay of Uranus. That's what happens whenever you
yeah.
just messing up against the Uranus.
And I'm not sure why Elysium Esports they are focusing toward the XP lane as they have obviously the losing lane in the gold lane, especially when Incon is already that much comfortable with his cloud. They are not trying to focus toward the gold lane. There's the feather strike once again. Snow is getting melted. Was forced to use the flicker. There's the Minion Fury as well as the special migration, but the fight didn't continue over there. Kia trying to deal some damage, but there is the flying coming up
Oh
from
no.
Dash. He managed to enter the tier 2 turret and secure the kill against Nepo. There's
Uh,
another kill from Kia, and the invasion for the purple buff is also successful.
Well, here we go. The heavy cloud, I guess, engage and rule manipulation. In the meantime, Feather Red strike from Farsa. Soarin might be in trouble. Ashes are coming out, but I guess. Oh no, Revel, I just
Who
failed.
con
I
with
think
the
to it.
blazing duet.
We
That
give a
was
hell of a
kind of
chase.
wasted. Yeah, he's trying
Yeah,
to
that was kind of
do the
wasted.
chase, But Susan, he's already out of range, and that's all for the fight. Or maybe no, Susan, he's still getting chased by Incon. Incon might be in trouble, but the BMI comes in. He managed to replace or reposition himself perfectly towards the safe side.
Yeah, that is a tricky side of Cloud. Like, you can use your perfect ultimate and you can escape anytime you want with a perfect battle mirror image. And that is the skill that makes Cloud more special than the other marksmen. And here we go. The hell of a chase is coming further. That's right. And Carry has been taken down. Way to get some more. Look at the damage. The power spike is getting hit by Claude. And Minotaur getting slayed, and they are just getting one more time out of number. One more time. They are just out of number, giving a hell of a chase with the Thunder Fist. Never shot the Guardian. Once again, it was hard to lock down some heroes. Dash. Secure the kill. Oh, so
Yeah.
Sora is not having good time. Like, you just picked up a very good EXP laner and one of the most overhyped meta pick, but you were just keep failing to realize that properly. And that is what happening every single time, like against the Elysian esports.
Yeah, obviously he must use his torrent from, I guess, and he must rely on his teammates to deal the rest of the damage, or else using the Po is getting melted, and yes, there he is with torrent form. There's some stuns, but the feather they strike will be dropped. Hercules will fall here, and they are falling back. No more fight, they says.
All right, so let's have a look on the itemization. So Trinity is coming from the Cloud and in the other side, and Carry is also going for the Trinity, but still, huge far to make his proper itemization if we just compare it with Cloud. And if we talk about the Kia, then there's a Hunter Strike combined with Warax, and the other side, Guinevere just only the concentrated energy trying to make a defense build to counter their damage and give a proper revital against their the insane damage. And we just talked about Irena's just usual build is going on. All right, so here we go. Fights have been started. Feather Air Strike.
Strike was okay. They didn't manage to do much, but yeah, they managed to zone out the player. Now they will be able to take down the tier 2 turret from the top end. Might also be able to take down the holy defense. There's the real world manipulation. They are trying to isolate Hercules, and yeah, they managed to isolate him. He managed to take him down, but they lost their holy defense from the top end. And look at the the sustain from Dash. He is just entering the inhibitor turret, and yeah, we all know that's the typical Uranus coming up from COCKATIEL Supremacy.
Exactly. And like, what else you could expect from Uranus? So, like, you just expect like Uranus will move here and there and just get some healing, and like walking fountain. That is what Uranus does every single time. Whenever he just get picked in this type of competitive matches, like, you can't kill Uranus. Like, completely impossible. Like a perfect walking monster, whatever you just say. Okay, so we'll be back in the stream, I guess. So, okay, so what do you think, Sudhin? Let me ask you a question. Like, you just saw the situation. According to this moment, like, what you will suggest to Elysium Esports to, get themselves a little bit upper hand against the Supremacy side, because they are already quite far from the farm, and
Yeah.
still, what they have to do if they want to, twist the situation.
Yeah, I don't know how they can escape this situation, but if they want to go head on head against this composition, I guess they have to be on the lead, or even equal on the gold, because they need to be together to dish out the damage, or even make this composition, perfect for the team fight. This composition they have chosen is great when they have the itemization, when they are clumped up together, and yeah, they need the gold leader. They need to equate the gold, but yeah, it seems hard for them because they have their opponent COCKATIEL Supremacy. They have already secured the Lord. They have already secured some holy defense, and they are now entering the base of Elysium Esports. But yeah, obviously they have a good high ground defending capability. They have that Minotaur, they have the real wall manipulation, and even they have the Sora on their hands. So maybe they can push this game towards the later stage of the game. They can build up some itemization, and maybe after that they can play the 5v5 battle for that neutral objective. But still, it seems really hard to do that. It is really hard to come back from this situation.
All right, I got you. So you just meant all they have to do just wait and get some farm, like get themselves more item, and then they could have a chance against a Cockatiel Supremacy. All right, so that is the key. That is nicely explained by Sudin Roy. And yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like, all you just have to do, wait, get yourself farmed enough, and then just mess with the Supremacy side. But I guess they won't let that happen, because already Supremacy there, they will target that Nexus Lord as a poaching, and in the meantime they lost Sora. And I guess they will lose Guinevere. I guess no, they will lock the base. If the base has been get locked, then it will be the end of ELSYIUM Esports. I guess
I don't think they will be able to defend this base anymore, but it's still COCKATIEL. They are trying to get some kills before ending this game number 2. Now the COCKATIEL Supremacy with 2-0 victory, they have entered the semifinals of Golden Hour Cup.
Absolutely, and that was a clean sweep from the side of COCKATIEL Supremacy. That was a hell of a good gameplay from the side. Congratulations to the boys. And the whole ELSYIUM esports side, if I want to describe them, then I would say the same thing again and again. Their pick wasn't bad enough. They took a couple of good meta picks in their row out of the box. That strategy wasn't good enough. The strategy they have played, the strategy they have put against the whole COCKATIEL Supremacy team, and I guess there was no strategy. What do you say? Like, I didn't see anything that could, give them a momentum to maneuver the situation against the COCKATIEL Supremacy. The pick was nice. Drafting was not that much bad enough, that I would say, but still, there was a lack of strategy and the proper execution of their, the decent picks. They just failed to utilize that.
Yeah, as I was talking about pushing the game to the later stage of the game, Ono Susant, he was trying to fight against Kia one-on-one. He was trying to zone out Kia, because Kia had a lot of itemization. He could burst down, the high ground defender like Dead X, Snow, who was with the Eve. So maybe that was the team decision that Ono Susant was there to zone out Kia. And I guess they also made some few mistakes during the draft phase. If they have already picked some heroes who are to deal the damage during the later stage of the game, like carry, then they need something that can pull the game towards the later stage of the game. Picking Minotaur, who is really weak during the early phase of the game, wasn't the best idea, I would say, because of that squishiness on the front line of their team. That was the reason that they couldn't see the later stage of the game where their damage dealer could do the damage they needed to win the game.
But still, I'm not gonna say anything about their picks and all. Their drafting was all well enough, like decent draft, but they were out of good strategy.
Yeah.
And there's the reason they failed to maneuver the situation against the COCKATIEL Supremacy. So that was all for the game. I mean, the first game of today, day 2. So we'll be right back with our next matches, and it will be also a great match that we can expect. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And don't forget, we have a giveaway today, 6,000 diamonds giveaway. So all you have to do, share this stream to your timeline. Let your friends that we are running a stream and we're running a very good tournament between Bangladesh and Nepal. Let them see, let them watch the game, and share the stream. And don't forget to comment right down below your game ID so that we could track you, and if you just are lucky enough, then you will get some diamonds freely just watching the stream. We'll be right back.
This arrow shatters silence and heralds the spring. Let the light of spring illuminate our path.
May all be blessed with a golden harvest. Fallen leaves on golden winds sing of autumn's arrival.
Though winter falls, we yearn for spring stirring, Florian and I.
Together, we'll brave winter's embrace.
By spring's light.
In the name of autumn.
Hidden blossoms.
Fruits of our labor.
This arrow shatters silence and heralds the spring. Let the light of spring illuminate our path.
May all be blessed with a golden harvest. Fallen leaves on golden winds sing of autumn's arrival.
Though winter falls, we yearn for spring stirring, Florian and I.
Together, we'll brave winter's embrace.
By spring's light.
In the name of autumn.
Hidden blossoms.
Fruits of our labor.
Welcome back after a short break. We would like to welcome you to the Golden Hour Cup 2026. It's me, Kashu from Nepal, Sudan Rai, and with me there is Waka Mahmood from Bangladesh. And you are watching the playoffs day 2 right now.
Absolutely, lots of good matches are going on in the land of Dawn, and in the first phase of the game today, we witnessed a very good gameplay from the Bangladeshi side, and that is, the COCKATIEL Supremacy. They have played a very good game, and it was a clean swipe for them from their side, and they just totally dominated ELSYIUM esports, and that was amazing gameplay. So we could expect like the same game that we witnessed in the first phase, we could expect the same amount of game and the match too today. So it's all about DEFAME, who is representing Team Bangladesh, and in the other side, Velocity representing Team Nepal. Once again, these two nations having a friendly collision in the land of dawn.
Yeah, and for the game number one, Velocity is on the right, sorry, left hand side, which is blue side, and Defame is on the right hand side, which is red side of the game. Let us see what will they be banning for this particular matches. We've been seeing lots of common heroes getting banned out, but okay, many bans. I guess we are seeing these hero getting banned from today onwards. Yesterday we didn't see any Fanny peak or Fanny ban, but right now we can see for today's matches. I think we have got some Fanny players in today's matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we could see some good Fanny players, and we could witness some good Fanny gameplays from the both side. And we have witnessed a very good Fanny gameplay from Kia in the first phase of the game. I mean, to this first game. So yeah, obviously, I do expect Assassin's gameplay. Like whenever I'm just watching matches, I do prefer having Assassin more than fighters,
Mhm.
like heavy fighters. Whenever there's Assassin plays, whenever there's Assassin in the team, we enjoy a lot that gameplay because those first hands, the swift skills that they have made in the matches and the way they just assassinate the backlane, that is too eye-catching and eye-dazzling to see. All right, from the side of Defame, there is a Fanny ban. Also, there's a Jushin ban come up from the side of Defame, and in the other side, Velocity. Like there's a Grog ban combined with Eve, the mistress of real world manipulation. But I think that I would say one thing that I'm gonna say today, that is there's a lot of good names. I mean, squad names are coming on from Nepal, like Velocity. Short name, effective, and I really like that name.
Yeah, and this team have been in the Mlbb sports scene for long, and yes, obviously the players are getting swapped uh, in every tournament. They are not so much consistent, I would like to say. And yeah, we can see Velocity is banning Cloud, as we have been seeing a lot of good Cloud players from Bangladesh. So they don't want another Cloud player, destroying every players on their back lane.
Absolutely, and here we go. There's a Fanny ban from the there's a Freya ban from the side of the Fem side, and which having the first pick. Let's see. I guess Team Velocity they'll have the first pick if I'm not wrong. So then,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
there's
it's
Leo mode,
Velocity.
there's Asian scene. They can go for a jungle pick, I guess, because jungle first pick have in common during this meta, especially when the Leo mode is left open or the Eastern scene is left open. But still, they might go for something else because they ban out one marksman. They could pick the marksman on their other pick, but okay, the Sora was open. Even though the Valentina is still open, they went for Sora pick.
Absolutely. So here we go. There's a Sora in the land up down from the Velocity side, and this is a very good pick. Like we were expecting having a Sun Shin as a first pick, but like having a jungler in the first pick in the first phase of the drafting, it doesn't seem right at all. Like you could create some counter, you could go for some counter, counter heroes, and that does make sense. Like it's better not to have the first pick as a jungler, so it's better just pick something else. But if it's whenever is like Shins and picks like Freya, then I think it does make some sense. Okay, so in the other side, the Defem Yamazaki just making his first appearance in this game with carry, and once again, okay. So if we just talk about a lack of carry in this game in this tournament, things are not going very well. Things are not going on the plan. So I hope Team Defem they could break out the curse, and he can surprise us with a very good carry gameplay, especially melting down those tanks. That is the main purpose of picking up a carry in your team.
Yeah, obviously. Let's see if the team defend will be the one to break the curse of carry losing the game back to back during these playoffs. And from Velocity side, they are picking up Leomord with Kadita. And yeah, Kadita is a really great answer against the picks like Zadian or even the carry. So maybe the Kadita is really a great trade against the two of the picks from DEFAME, which have been revealed till now.
Well, like the rough web that makes sense against Zetian, but the main problem with Zetian, like if the passive is active, like you can't come closer to her. It's quite impossible. If you just try to come closer to her, then you will just get kicked nicely, and that is that is one of the most common reason to have a Zedian in your team, and also the Phoenix Strikes that does hurt a lot in the early to mid game and also in the late game, and the ultimate expose you like it gives me the old
Mhm.
Sunshine vibe, like the old Mountain Shocker. We all know that it got
Yeah.
revamped, and the recently the Mountain Shocker that we use and it just got revamped, but I still do
Mhm.
prefer the old Mountain Shocker, like whenever just Shin just strike his arrow and there is a like couple of fire drainer coming from his turtle ships and expose your enemies, and sometimes if you were just out of HP, the very low HP, you could easily get down with his arrows. All right, so on the velocity side, there's a Leomord and Kadita. We talked a lot about Kadita. Rough Wave is all enough to take down Yamazaki or even low key. So I guess we will witness a tanky jungler from the side of Team Defem because there's a Basha.
Yeah, obviously, but it's still that Basha is flexible. He can be played on the roam position as well as the jungle. So as the draft goes by, the fame they still has that capability of flexing that Basha in either lane. And okay, they are banning out Harith, which we haven't seen him for long. But obviously, with them with the carry, I don't think banning Harith was that much needed because carry C can melt down anyone, even the Harith with that much of shield. That doesn't matter to carry.
Absolutely, and here we go. There's a Kaja ban from the side of Team Velocity and also with a Valentina. There is a couple of many reasons that you were banning out of Valentina because the main thing is that Valentina could copy anyone's ultimate, and sometimes the fake one gets more effective and like more realistic than the real one. And I guess it does make sense banning out of Valentina in this type of competitive sections. And in the other side, okay, so Litu on Vaka. So Litu picked up Liz. Another meta picks, the decent pick according to this meta.
Mhm.
If we just see in this meta, then like having an Alice, not just anything new. It does fit well in this meta. So yeah, picks are going very well from the side of Defim.
Yeah, and Velocity, they are yet to reveal their double pick for this game number one. They have already secured Sora, which could be flex, and I don't think he will be flex over the gold lane because they have secure the Granger for their goal lane, and for the roaming position they are going for the Khalid. The fam they are yet to pick a jungle or the roamer because that Vasha could still be flexed in either lane. And okay, they will be flexing that Vasha on the jungle lane and they will be going for the Hilda pick. Right, so Velicity maybe they forcing the Hilda coming up from the fam, so they went for Khalid who could possibly disrupt the invasion coming up from Hilda from the fame.
Not only Hilda could give you a perfect invasion, not only Hilda, but also, Sangdrip can do that as well. Like, we all know these two heroes, especially Khalid and Hilda, they're just so good at invading enemy buffs. Like, you know, in some cases, in some perspective, I do prefer having Khalid, seem more effective than the Hilda because the slashes he gives and the passive, the hovering passive, eh, that gives a lot of damage. So, in the early phase, Basha have to be more careful, but I guess they won't dare to invade Basha's buff because Basha is also quite tanky enough. So I guess they won't do that. But who knows? Because Hilda is already just giving a quite open vision for the Defame side, and Usosaki is doing hyper from the side of Team Defame, and in the other side, all right. So Leomord Mafu, let's see what he can do in this game because we all know Leomord is a quite good meta. Uh-oh, so here we go. Boom Slag already
Ooh.
tried to give invasion, but he just, let him take the bomb. Oh, Hilda is
Yeah,
already.
because Hilda is also really strong during the early game. If Boomslang goes completely inside the jungle, then he could possibly be punished for that. So he just was trying to distract Yamazaki so that Yamazaki couldn't invade the jungle from the side of Velu City. So that was a really good move, I would like to say.
So in the top lane, Lichu versus Super Penny. Okay, it's a Super Penny. Okay, I'm not saying Super Pennywise. Never mind. I was about to say that. All right,
Yeah,
so here we
I mean,
go. The
his
best.
name was Pennywise.
Oh,
I'd like to give you the background of that player. He had his in-game name Super Penny when he used to play uh, maybe a year or before that. But yeah, since few years he have been using the in-game name Super Penny.
oh, well, my guess was right then. All right, so Loki versus Super Dang and sorry, Sang Dribu. Okay, Sang Drip. Sang Drip versus Loki. They will just keep collide in the EXP lane. And we all know what happened when EXP collides on each other, and it could create a devastating situation. And Leomord, Mafu is ready with his level 4 and giving a little bit touch on the turtle, and I guess we will see a picture perfect turtle dance. Okay, so Yamazaki just keep bashing with his axe. Okay, so here we go. Fight has been started. Leomord will call his Burble, and here we go. Phantom Steed. Burble just lending his speed to Shafu and just keep stomping everyone. And let's see who will manage to take the turtle that falls not taking. Usosaki has been down by the rough wave.
Yeah, and there's the Raging Sandstorm used defensively by Boomslang. That was a really good battle coming up from Velocity, and as we can see the replay here, even the Wrath of the Phoenix was hit here perfectly, but the player, the Kadita, he didn't back off because of that low SP. He managed to get some stuns, he managed to secure some kill, and they went back without any kind of the trade-off.
Alright, so once again, and Yamazaki will be on his way, and also Khalid, Boomslang, will cover some vision for his team, and here we go, the Death Sonata, but unfortunately it was a missed one. And Granger is just stack-based marksman, so all you have to do is just hit the power spike with your Sky Piercer, and until you've done that, then it will be quite impossible for you to give a huge amount of damage as playing as Granger, so all you just have to do, maintain your good stack at least 55 to 60 stacks is all enough to, give some rumble. And here we go. Burbell lending the speed to Leomord. Mafu will give a chase, but I guess no, Yamazaki just still providing a good vision. Way to give a rough wave to save himself. And yes, the Hallow. Okay, so Halloween just uses rough wave once again. Just a wave of his wave, and he's just secured a kill once again.
And that was a good Brave of the Ocean from Hollow Rain. As a tanky player like Loki, he was taken down due to lots of turret damage. And okay, maybe Song Drip who might have some comfortable on that XP lane. And I know the turtle have been spawned on the Land of Dawn. There's Yanazaki, and once again Phantom is there's the rough wave towards the back lane, and there's the Raging Sandstorm. Hollow Rain will be the one to secure the kill, and I guess that will be the free turtle for the team Velocity. Is still Loki. He's trying to give the vision. He's trying to open up the vision for his team, but he might not be able to be the one to secure the turtle. He is still getting CC'd constantly, and we can see Dripu was the one to secure the kill against Loki.
Well. So let's move on to the itemization. It's been 5 minutes passing the line of dawn. So requesting streamer to show that. Here we go. Sora with the War Axe and the Granger from the side of Team Velocity. Just, quite okay with the Sky Piercer in the other side. Carry with the Corizon side. And there's a way to make some build. And Mafu's just secured the neutral objective. Mafu is not only striking them very hard, but also just focusing on the neutral objective. Here we go, raising Sandstrom. Look at the CC from Sora. And the Wrath of the Phoenix doesn't worth enough. Rough wave in the meantime, giving a chase. Phantom still stopping down everyone. Once again, Mafu giving a hell of a chase. Dragged down from the tower and secure the kill. Abu Susaki, once again, he is down. Having a very bad time. Ososaki is one of the best players that I would say. That I know him personally. I played a lot of games with him, so he played a lot of good tournaments and have tons of good records. Played LAN, so I just want to say he's a very good player. But I don't know what's going on here in today's game. Maybe he will figure it out later.
Yeah, okay, Boomslang is getting low. He was trying to cut the lane or maybe trying to keep the pressure against Lito on Vika, but that plan failed miserably. Okay, but he is still with his some SP getting regenerated. There's Mafu ganking onto the top lane. Yamazaki is also rotating toward the top lane. Okay, they are just zoning out the player and trying to take down the tier 1 turret from top lane. The Phantom Steels was also used for that. But let's see, will they be able to secure the turtle, which is the third turtle of this game.
And they have to create some momentum for Lee to, they have to give him some room to hit his potential power spike, especially like whenever he was just playing marksman like carries and late game marksman. Then, Tank has to create some momentum for him so he could go for some maneuver against the velocity. But still, Lidu is, he's not having a good KDA, but still he's surviving, not died yet, not giving, enough fade here in this game. But still, they just have to wait for him. They just have to wait for the late game, and until then, the Lidu were quite unable to put some strategy against the velocity, because we all know Granger is kind of like a early gamer. Basically, after the revamp, he's not like that actually, based on their stack, especially the help of Sky Pierce. If you just manage to give him a little bit, shut down, or just give him a little bit shut down, his, the stacks will get decreased and the damage will get decreased also in the meantime. But still, these two marksmen still didn't open a page of kill. Both of them are running on 0. But let's put that aside. There will be a fight. I guess Loki will just keep pushing hard. Here we go. The hard bashes, the hard cloud with the main time. Phantom Seed might be in trouble. Loki, no way. He just got slayed by the hand of Granger.
Yeah, at this moment, Loki have already fallen for 3 times, and according to the goal, I guess he will be really squishy against the damage coming up from Team Velocity. So he have to be careful. Maybe, as you said earlier, they have to wait for the later stage of the game, but still the fight continues. Usotsuki is getting melted even though he is a tank, but then the overcommitment from Holorain, he resulted towards his punishment coming up from Yamazaki. Yamazaki took him down, and once again Sung Drip, who is driving into the backlane with his Thunder Farm, but he didn't manage to take down any player over there. And I guess that was no any fade from either of the team. Just a kill against Holorain by DEFAME.
All right. So that being said, let's have a look on the goal difference between these two teams. That you guys could see the 23k goal from DEFAME side and Velocity. They're just 5,000 gold. They're leading the 5,000 gold and having the lead. All right. So streamer already showed us the itemization so that you guys could see. Ososaki with the anti-Kristen in the other side, Leo mode, where there was a War Axe combined with Endless Battle, which will help him to get some, the regen. Phantom City once again will give a hell of a chase, but DEFAME, they're not showing any intent to give a hell of a team fight. Here we go, the Wrath of the Phoenix. Also, Granger just trying to lock them up from behind, maintaining a good distance, and in the meantime, you see the kill. And Halloween with another kill, and in the meantime, got shut down by Yamazaki.
Yeah, and the fight will continue.
Ooh, Super
Yamazaki will
Penny.
get taken down with that Death Sonata coming up from Super Penny. We can see 396 stack have already been collected by Super Penny. Now he will be spamming some bullets toward the team Defame.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, there's a 30 stacks are coming on to the Sky Piercer. As I told you, like, you must have to hit the minimum, like a 55 stack to 60 stack to give a hell of a damage, a heck of a damage against, the defense side. And on the other hand, like, they just have to create and make some room for Lee Chu. Because, like, you were just having a carry in your team, so what else you could expect in the early stage? Like, just go for the late game. That could be the basic strategy of this game right now.
Yeah, obviously, but okay, Velocity, they are
Oh,
marching towards the Defame with the Lord. That is the first Lord of this game. And we can still see some tier 2 turrets are still off from Defame. Before the Lord marches toward the base, they might be focusing towards the, tier 2 turret, especially of the top lane, so that they could benefit more while they approaches the team Defame with the further
the drop
lords.
wave.
And there's another drop wave. He took down Loki. There's the backline from
know.
Song Drip. Ooh.
Well, Phantom Steed once again, but the Sky Pierce are hitting hard, like for the Grangers. 2 kills in a way, and there's a 5-0-0 KD, and now I guess the stack is like 50 around. That is a stack that I was expecting from Granger. Phantom Steed once again, spamming down the Rhapsody. That is already mentioned by Sudin Roy, like a lot of bullets, that means he could hit hard. And that is the thing. That is the basic gameplay of Granger. Like, just keep stacking up with a Sky Piercer and just wait for the late game. Then you could get a bunch of bullets to hit your enemies, and that is the thing that's happening right now. Hitting hard, especially the damage Granger has right now. It will be kind of like unimaginable and hard to take for Team Defame.
Okay, the team Velocity, maybe they are trying to distract some players towards the bottom lane, as some minions have already approached the base from the top lane. But okay, that will not happen here because this is playoff. These are the top 4 teams from both of the nations, so they will not be, they will not leave any lane without anyone to, take care of it. And yeah, I'm not sure why they are trying to pressurize even more. Maybe they are trying to take down some few more turrets before the Lord number 2. And yes, they are there taking down the tier 2 turret from all of the lanes.
Absolutely, and still the curse is not breaking. Like, whenever someone is having carry, they're just having the bad luck. So we could say it's a holy month, and there's a golden hour cup in this tournament. Carry has the chance, man.
And there we are. The second Lord of the game has spawned on the land of Dawn. We can see 2 of the players staying inside the boost. There's the rumor trying to poke some damage against each other. Arasi just built up that Lantron. Maybe we will be seeing some few more extra damage against the players of Velocity. But Sung Tripu, he's trying to zone out the players and trying to make his jungler very comfortable. Even they are trying to invade the jungle over there. But okay, Usatsuki with the retribution, he managed to, or maybe no, he didn't use his retribution, by the way. Rather, the Phoenix here dropped by Litunovic. Raka will get taken down. Usatsuki low on SP. There's some burst cloud dropping off from the sky. Mafu with double kill, and Loki, he will be forced to retreat using his Crimson Gleam.
Granger took a huge chunk of, like Loki, the way he just gives damage with his Rhapsody. And in the meantime, Granger with another kill. Super Penny is having a very, very good time in this match, the first game. And he will give a hell of a chase. Rhapsody's miss. In the meantime, that Sonata miss as well. And Arashi just managed to save himself from this dangerous, devastating Granger. Super Penny. And in the meantime, the Nexus, like the inhibitors are destroyed, and rather the Phonics doesn't hit so hard because there is no enough farm. Phantom Street in the meantime, giving a hell of a chase. Look at the stashing down from the turret and giving the chase. But Yamazaki, some way, just managed to save himself from that rot. And I guess this game is just getting one-sided. Like, I just noticed, the kill difference between these two teams right now. I didn't notice that well. There's only 4 kills from the defense side, and in the other hand, 17 kills are in their side. And I just can't say anything. Like, only say, I could say, just wait for the late game and, you know, let's expect some miracle from the defense side because you have Lidu with carry. He could carry the late game. That is what we could say
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, by the way, talking about the damage, they only got carry who could, dish out the real damage here because as compared to other mazes, Jatian C deals very less damage. He is objective focus, I'd say. And yeah, she has those utilities for the team fight, but she doesn't have lots of damage as compared to other mazes who could burst down
Yeah,
the backline, such as the Granger who is playing from Velocity. Maybe that's the reason they are struggling here. They have lots of poke damage. Obviously they have some tankiness, but the damage dealer is getting completely zoned out, the true damage dealer.
and in the meantime, Litu is not giving. Litu is not, having enough room for him to put some damage. And here we go. I guess the fight will get started here. And in the Phoenix Wrath, and in the minion slashes are coming from Khalid. And in the meantime, once again, Super Penny with another one. And in the meantime, Arashi has been taken down by with the rough wave. Khadija once again slashes are coming from the Khalid. And here we go, the person to come from Mapu will give some damage and it means the double kills in a row and the base will get locked and there will be no time for discussion. And here we go, the first victory goes for the Velocity side. Congratulations, that was a hell of a good gameplay and complete one-sided one.
Yeah, obviously, no any mistakes done by the team Velocity. They started the snowball and they, ended the game with the snowball. No any trade off given by the team Velocity. Uh, and obviously, there were some flaws during the draft, and that was very smart move from for taking the Khalid before the opponent shows. Yeah, Defame shows their Hilda. That was a very uh, perfectly foreseen pick from a Velocity. And
Yeah.
let us see uh, the replay once again, the highlights. By the way, talking about the highlights, you can make some highlights and post it on the community groups of Mlbb Nepal or Mlbb Bangladesh Facebook groups, and you might be the one to win 10,000 worth of diamonds giveaway. You can use the hashtag golden hour moments and post the clips from this tournament on the group of Nepal and Bangladesh.
A lot of chances to win diamonds. We have opened a lot of options for you. So all you just have to do, watch the stream, share the stream, comment below your IDs, and that is the thing that you all can do by get some diamonds by watching the games. And if you want some more, then already Shudin mentioned you have to take the clips and make a very good video of it and just post it to MLB Nepal, MLB Bangladesh. And if you're lucky enough and your work is good enough, then you might have a chance to win some free diamonds from Mobile Legend. All right, so speaking about the highlights and the match potential, like
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, from my side, in my opinion, uh, I'm putting carry because in the curse section, like already we have saw a lot of matches. Every single match, player whenever they just picked up carry, they just lost. They either lost or, you know, they had a very bad gameplay with that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say,
That's the thing that have been common in all of the games during this playoff, and let's see if there will be any team who will be the one to break the curse for the carry. I'm very eager to see that player who can properly utilize the carry, because carry, she is really great right now in this meta right now, but no one in this tournament have been able to use her to her full potential till now.
The main reason is like carry got a short range of damage. Like carry could be a easy target for fighters and assassins. Like whenever you just have low range, then you have to come close to hit some damages, and there is a problem happens whenever you just play carry or even Moskub. Like whenever you're just coming close, either you're just getting ganked or you were just getting inside of crowd control by their mage or maybe by the tank, and that's the thing happen right now every single time whenever there's a carry pick from any side of the team. So I would recommend not to go for that until you were just overconfident enough to go
Mhm.
with that. So unless I would suggest, okay, fine, just don't go for it. It's better to have a Freya if you just get it open than play in the gold
Mhm.
lane, or even you just go for Bane, or even in some cases Ruby could be a very good option in the gold lane, or even La Palapa could be also a very good choice for like competitive esports player in the gold lane because nobody wants to take it in the late game because according to the modern Mobile Legend, the standard gameplay time is around 13 to 14 minutes and you have to finish the game. Maybe I just said um a little bit higher. No, even some players that took 9 to 10 minutes to end the game. So that is the basic and main strategy, the like modern strategy of Mobile Legend Bang Bang. So let's put those aside. Let's talk about the MVP, the most valuable player from the side of Velocity. That is the Granger. Like Super Penny. Super Penny played a very good Granger gameplay in this game. Kill participation was 57%, damage taken 8%, and that is the magic of Granger. Like, it's not easy to get him because first that you have a very good dash in your second skill, then also you can go for the flicker. Flicker is a secondary option to escape, so it's totally hard to grab Granger. Like, it's so slippery. It's so slippery. It just every single time whenever you just try to get Granger, it just slip away. So that was a very good Granger gameplay. Zero death, 903 Credia, the most valuable player. And in the other side, the defense side just played a huge short and everything just ended up. You guys could see that by your own bare eyes. Like 024 was, the finest that is a thing that algorithm said and decide Arshi to give him the losing MVP. And Ususaki wasn't good enough today, and I guess he will try to figure out what he will do next in the next game. As far I know, Ususaki is a very good. You know what, Sudin? As far I know about him, Ususaki is a very good EXP player. Even in my
Mm.
previous commentary, I said Ususaki is a more than a jungler. Yeah, he could play as a competitive player. Anyone could play jungle. Anyone could play mage or even marksman. This is so easy for them. But you should have a particular role if you want to be a perfect esports player. So, in my opinion, as far I know him, I saw his gameplay. Osasaki is one of the most best EXP laner in Bangladesh. Like there is more good EXP laner. Like we saw him in the Cocktail Supremacy or even DEFAME. But if you just compare Osasaki with others in that particular role, then I could just close my eyes and say he is one of the best EXP players, especially with the Lapu Lapu. So I was thinking like he could give a swap or maybe something like that. He's not gonna play hyper. So yeah, he's a very good EXP player. Let's see what they will bring next in the next game because it will be a do or die situation for them.
Yeah, let's see. As Waka Mahmood has already explained that Usotsuki was, previously an explainer. Will they be swapping their role with Usotsuki, sorry, Yamazaki, who was playing the explain during the first game. Anyways, this is the game number two, best of three series. So Team Velocity, they only need one more win to win this match against DFAME, but DFAME, they are on the tidy spot. They have to win two games in a row to secure the slot towards the semifinals. And this time around DFAME, they are on the blue side and Velocity they are on the red side, and the draft phase have begun, and we might be seeing the similar bans like the game number one.
Obviously, and they're just starting things off. I mean, from the defense side with the Grok, and like Grok is a very common ban, as long as with Freya.
Mhm.
This is a very common ban. We all know that. Like nobody wants to keep open Freya and Grok. This tectonic charge combined with the all wall in the second and the the ultimate strategy, the combination of these two skills are very dangerous. Not only you were just getting airborne, but also you were just taking hell amount of damage. And we all know after the revamp, Grok is no longer like giant walking castle anymore, but also he could be a very good fighter for you in the EXP lane. So Grok got a tons of damage, and if you just go for the damage build with the Blade of Heptasis or even sometime Blade of Despair, Grok could be a mess for you. He could lose a sustain, but can give a hell of a damage.
Yeah, and we are back to the drafting phase. We saw the Grog ban order, but maybe that was
Oh, okay.
redrafted for the game for this game. Who knows? But okay, once again, talking about Utsutsuki, you told us that
Yeah,
he was an explainer, right? But
he's a very
Velocity,
good
they banned
explainer.
out Fanny for the game number one. So what do you have to say about that Fanny ban against Utsutsuki? Is he also good with that Fanny that Velocity banned out Fanny for the game number one?
Well, I'm not quite sure about that, but I saw him playing Hayabusa, and I have never seen him playing Fanny, like, or maybe sometime in Lancelot. I never seen him playing Fanny, Lancelot, or even assassins like, um, no, these two is the main competitive assassins, Fanny, Lancelot, and Hayabusa. I have seen him playing Hayabusa, but as I told you, so then, like, you are a competitive player, so you could play any role anytime you want, like whenever you just casually ranking yourself up, or maybe you were just playing normal games, you could do that. But whenever it's all about this competitive section, then you must have to go for a particular role. So in my opinion, that I would still say he's a very good explainer. So I'm not quite sure that he used to play fannies or not, because I haven't seen him like a couple of years. So I guess he could go for the fanny, maybe or maybe not.
Okay, maybe we might not be able to see that in this game because Fanny have already been banned out by Defame. And there is the Karita ban. The velocity with Karita was very problematic for Team Defame during the game number one, is that Kadita from Hollow Rain, he was bursting down the back lane from the very early stage of the game, and that might be one of the reasons that they didn't manage to reach the later stage of the game where carry could scale and deal a lot of damage in this. And no, the race with ban from the Fame, which is Khalid, that was also one of the problematic pick for Defame. Maybe Velocity they might go for the Hilda ban, or maybe they can pick Hilda if Team Defame wants to pick Assassin for their very first pick.
All right, so yeah, there might be a chance for them to go for assassin, but as I told you, maybe Uzusaki is just playing, jungle for this game and for their strategy. So I guess they will go for a fighter or maybe a sustainable jungler. So we might not able to see any kind of assassin in this game, but all right, let's see. But like we were talking about carry, because and
Mhm.
I just think these games are all about ending up early. So the main strategy is in the game as early as possible. So there is no chance for marksmen like Carry, marksmen like Lila, Mia, Moscow. They will get no chance in this type of strategy, because they need hell of a good items, and they need perfect late game to hit their power spike
Mhm.
and get the minimal damage. So in that case, players just love to go for like marksman like Claude. Claude is like a decent marksman in the early to mid. Yeah, Claude is also a pure late gamer. We all know that,
Mhm.
but his early and mid damage is a little bit more crucial than the other marksmen. Marksmen like Carry, marksmen like Moscovs. So yeah, and even one of the most biggest thing that people just love to go for Claude, that is Claude escape ability. I mean the mobility with the battle mirror image, it could be an asset in the team fight. If you just combine with four stacks with your DHS, and if you just could perform a perfect blazing duet and escape that situation immediately with the battle mirror image, if your hand is fast enough to do that, then Cloud is a perfect option for you.
Yeah, anyways, the Cloud was the first pick for Defame. That was really great pick because we have been seeing the Cloud performing really well from either of the country or any of the team. And Velocity, they are going for Sora once again, and with Sora,
Oh,
we can see the
Valentina.
Eve and Defame. They are trying to counter that Sora or even the Eve with Valentina, as they will be getting two huge ultimates or
Yeah,
maybe more, because Velocity they are still yet to reveal three of the picks from their side.
Absolutely. So, oh, okay. So now Velocity wants to have the curse. So we were saying a lot of trashes about carries, and Super Penny is, I guess he heard us. Like he wants to prove himself. Okay, fine. You guys are talking trash about carry. Okay, just hold on, guys. I'm gonna show you how a carry, how I play carry, and it could be, it could be a very good threat for Team Defame. So let's wait and watch my gameplay. So yeah, we'll be very happy if you just provide. If you can provide a perfect carry gameplay to us and prove us wrong and break the curse of this tournament, then we'll be happy with that. And he just can't wait for that to break the curse. Okay, so Boom Slang. It's time for Boom Slang to secure the roam, and they just banned out even gathered Kasha and Fursa in the meantime, and in the other side Kaja, Defem just banned out a Kaja. Maybe there could be a Kaja player from their side, I guess. Maybe it could be a personal ban. What do you think? Just banning out a Kaja in this type of competition, like a competitive sector, how does it
Yeah,
make
maybe
sense?
it was for it was to make Claude a bit more comfortable,
yeah.
because Kaza is the one who could kidnap the Cloud, and even this next band, which is Kalea, she is also a hero who is capable of isolating one of the hero from the opponent side, and as well as from a team Velocity. This time on, I think Carrie might be in a favorable condition. She might be comfortable this match because the artillery like Farsa is banned out, and even the Garrett Kasa who could jump into the backline like Carrie, he isn't available anymore as Velocity is banning that Garrett Kasa. So let's see what Defame will have in their hands to counter out that carry, which could be a very troublesome hero against any team if there's no any strong answer against her.
Well, let's see what they will pick. I'm in the Lichu on Vika, what he will pick, but there is a lot of good options. And okay, Lichu will get swapped with Yamazaki, and we can consider him playing as a Claude. So okay, so there is a Ososaki just picked up Kimi as a okay. So Badang will do the roam, and Valentina will go for the EXP or maybe in the mid lane, and we'll see Ososaki. I mean, Kimi in the mid lane, I guess, if I'm just not wrong, because Arashi will have an upper advantage against the Halloween.
Mhm.
As you just mentioned, she could easily copy the ultimate of Sora. That means he could get two ultimate, the two phases of ultimate, the Thundercloud and the Sustain one. So yeah, it will be a very good. It will be a very good, fight against Halloween. So let's see what they do. We definitely will see a swap with Osasaki on even and Luki and Yamazaki, and in the other side, Sangdrip with uh I love Fedrin. I love to have Fedrin in this type of competitive matches. He got the sustainer or even the Praiser Rod with a low health hits hard. Definitely, he could take down any hero, any squish hero, just a one single hit. So that is the thing. And the comparison has been set from the both side, and let's see how Team Defend will maneuver Team Velocity, or they will get loose once again like the first game against the Velocity. All right, so let's see which team has the last lap for the very last time.
Yeah, we are entering the game number 2 in between Team Velocity versus Team Defame, where Team Defame they still need two more wins to enter the semi-finals, for Velocity only needs one. And in this game, we can see even the Team Velocity or the Team Defame, they are maybe not focusing too much towards the goal lane, as we can see some strong answer against any of the marksmen coming up from both of the teams. There's not much knock up coming up from the Team Velocity against that Cloud, and there's not much diving coming up from the Fame to counter that carry which is from Velocity.
Ooh, and in the meantime, Arashi lost huge SP, and the huge chunk is taken by Halloween with the Void Crystal and the Void Blast. And in the EXP lane, there will be a fight going on. Loki versus Sungdrape. They will just keep fighting. That is what every single EXP does. Whenever every other players, they're just waiting to get some gold and get some farm. And in the EXP, they're just fighting like wolves for the flesh, for the piece of flesh.
Yeah, maybe we can see. Oh, there's kind of a steal from Utsutsuki, but not much battle will be continued here. And as I was talking about the golden here, Litu on Vika, he opted for the Purifier. Obviously, there are a lot of CC coming up from Velocity, but that Purify, maybe that costed him a lot. Super Penny is getting a lot comfortable on that laning phase because as he can carry can make some stacks, and for that, to remove that stack, you will be forced to use that Purify, and after you lose that Purify, I guess you will have to back up, stay safe, maybe stick to the tower to maybe even reach the later stage of the game. This time around, I'm looking that I'm expecting that the carry will remove the cards, but maybe no, there's 3-man gang against him. So anybody still surviving. Busy a fighter. He is surviving like a literal fighter.
Well, I'm not quite sure why the hell he was waiting and standing up against this Cloud's damage, but it just ended up getting himself slain, and the first blood is taken by the Defame, and the kill goes to Litu. And it is whenever you are just playing a marksman, farm is very important. If you just take the first kill, so it could be a great start for you. And the fight has been started in the meantime, and Yamazaki will try to give the wall, and here we go, the prison rod, and Yamazaki has been taken down, and the velocity in the meantime secured 2 kills in a row. The first victim was Loki, and the second one was Yamazaki.
Yeah, okay, Loki, he was ready with the ultimate copied from Songripu, but he didn't manage to use that ultimate. Before that, he was bursted down. Lots of damage coming up from Boom Slang as well against Utsutsuki, and yeah, the Hilda, he's being really annoying against the Leomord from Utsutsuki.
Yeah, that is the thing every Hilda does. Like, he just keep poking on you whenever you're just trying to get some farm and trying to take your buffs. He will just keep pressurizing you and keep yourself a bit, busy on doing something else. And here we go, the fight has been taken. Leomord with the Phantom Seed, and the sustained cloud is coming from Sora. Real one manipulation in the meantime, giving some damage, and Cloud will use Blazing Duets. Sangdrip might be in trouble with a very low HP, and Usosaki sees the kill of Boomslang. Arashi has been taken down. In the meantime, Mafu is also down by the hand of Arashi.
Yeah, this time Velocity is losing the trade where they wanted to, just invade the jungle, but then they lost some trade over there. Maybe they might be losing the turtle as well, but maybe DEFAME isn't showing any kind of interest toward that turtle. And on the top lane, Super Penny is still having good time against Litu on Vika. Once again, another fight will burst here. Loki is getting isolated from rest of the teammates, and he will get taken down before the turtle fight. Maybe this turtle will be uncontested, but still they're trying their best. Once again, another fight will erupt here. The real world manipulation to isolate Yamazaki, and Yamazaki having taken down as well as the turtle from Mafu.
Well, the turtle has been taken down by the velocity, and now they're just having a little bit lead against the defense side for 15k gold, and in the other side 13k, 2k gold lead. Every single penny will count in the Land of Dawn, and it's been 5 minutes, so I'd like to request streamer to show the itemization, but before that, let's explain the team fight. Blazing Duet in the meantime, but Litu got slain by the Boom Slang, and I guess that was a hard bashes coming from Hilda's axe.
Yeah, Arasi might be another person to fall, but still Arasi is retaliating. That was a lot of damage against Super Penny, obviously. And yeah, that's the itemization you can see on the uh, bottom side of the screen. And okay, Yamazaki is going for that thunder build. What do you say about that? There's a lot of damage coming up from Boom Slang during the early stage of the game. So was that thunder build the best itemization for a roamer like Badang?
Yeah, I would say definitely it's a perfect itemization nowadays, because it will help you slow down your enemies. So if you just go for something else like Dominant Size or even Anti-Crisp, then I guess having out Thunderbelt is more beneficial. And in the meantime, there will be a fight, and Badang will try to give a lock with the first kill, but unfortunately, Litu in the meantime getting slain by the real world manipulation. So yeah, that is a core damage and the power spike of Halloween, just because of his glowing one. Like glowing one helps a mage to, penetrate some heavy armor, and not only that, but also it will help you to get some burning damage in the meantime. Phantom Steed, Leo Mord will give his push, and Phantom Steed's, like the stomp of.
Oh,
Ooh.
once again, the fight will be recontinued, but no, not more than that. Yeah, he managed to deal some damage, but Song Drip, who is pretty low on HP, will they be able to contest this turtle? By the way, yes, the team Defame is already there trying to contest the turtle, and there's once again Loki trying to dive in. Utsutsiki will be the one to secure the turtle. There's the Blazing Two-Wade, will not be able to deal so much damage, but Hollow Rain will be the one who will take down Litu on Vika. There's 1v3 situation going on against Utsutsiki, and he will also fall. And oh, look at that defense! Boomslang, he isn't taking any damage.
He was just mocking, he was just mocking Arashi, like, okay, so if you want to hit me, just keep hitting me. I won't die. And that is the thing, Yamazaki has been taken
But
down.
how is that even possible?
It is possible because, like, you don't have enough farm. Let's have a look at the instant replay once again. Like, there was a perfect blazing to it, but unfortunately not enough damage to, like, take down the lossless members. And there's real manipulation, especially, I told you, like, about the glowing one, and, like, look, Halloween took down Ususaki. And if I give you the answer, then I have to see the itemization once again. So, streamer, if you just show me the itemization, then I could explain. Okay. So here we go, the revamped version of, I guess, Twilight Armor, and that item just got replaced with that. I just don't remember the name of this item.
Yeah, it's Astra's Ball Run.
Ancestor's Pollen. Okay, so another major reason is whenever you are just hiding inside bushes, we all know that Hilda can get herself a little bit more regain if she's hiding inside the bushes. And in the other side, if we talk about Arashi, not enough farmed yet, because it's already out of the game, just 9 minutes, and even they don't have enough farm. So what else you could expect from a team having a very low farm? You couldn't expect more than that.
Yeah, obviously that might be the reason, but even I'm still surprised that Hilda could be that tanky, because she is not. Oh, and the okay, Speedy Light Will was procced over there, but the obviously Loki with the ultimate of Sora, Super Penny had to fall back for the moment, and the fight will be continued by Mafu. Mafu is trying to isolate all of the players, but there's the fist break and fist crack. Super Penny will fall here, and so will Hollow Rain. Arasi with double kill. He managed to secure 2 stack, maybe 3 or maybe 4 with the Maniac against Boom Slang. He's still trying his best to get Maniac.
That was amazing gameplay from Arashi. He just took the Maniac with his enhanced skill, blazing to it for. That is taken down by Low. That kill was nicely stolen. And they will utilize this situation, and the room they have made right now, it will help them to give them a hell of a push, focusing on the neutral objective and securing the lock. That was a great moment.
Yeah, they just with the simple setup. I mean, it was a really hard to make in this stage. This is top 4 teams from both of the teams, and to make this kind of setup in this stage is really hard. Yamazaki, he deserves all of the credit for this, comeback, this momentum gaining from this hard situation against Team Velocity. Now maybe they will be able to come back in this game. There's the Fractal Pulse, Halloween is facing a lot of damage, and there's the Cloud from once again, and we can see Songgrip who is melting, and he is forced to fall back right now. Precious Fat, but not enough damage. There's the Blazing Duet once again. Super Penny with the kill against Loki. Boomslang is trying to zone out all of the back line. Yamazaki low on SP, but there's not enough players with that mobility to chase down the players of Defame, and Defame with that much of mobility, they will fall back even though they are low on SP.
They just completely pushed them to fall back, and they were about to get slain by the hand, but the luck was in their favor, and they just managed to escape from that massacre. The way Boomslag gave a hell of a chase, especially to Lichu and Arashi. That was frightening. And here we go. Mafu just tried to steal the blue buff, and he just did very nicely. And I guess the Team Defense, they're not showing any intent to take unnecessary team fights, because they have already on a massive team fight against Team Velocity, and that was so much effective for them. With that, they just got more pennies, and it helped them to get more itemized from their side. So all they just want to do, create the same momentum. They want Velocity to make a mistake, but I guess they won't let that happen once again. Phantom Steed giving a hell of a chase to Boomslang. Boomslang has been down, and where to get some more? Mafu will lead the team to retreat and force them to retreat, and once again Mafu decide not to take the fight, and no unnecessary team fight against the defense, because they already face the consequences. Like, you just made a mistake, and your opponent just put a basic maneuver against you, and you were just doing, and you can see
Yeah.
that.
Velocity, they are just trying to, just pick up one of the player, but Defame, they are sticking together. They know now that they will be strong together. Their 5 of the players sticking together will be a bit beneficial for them. And yeah, the pickoff wasn't successful from the side of Velocity. Once again, they are trying for with this similar approach. Loki, he's going in all alone towards the back line, but he will get punished for that. I think that was not a very wise decision coming up from Loki just right before the Lord was about to spawn.
Absolutely, and now they're just out of number. And Boomslang, what will he do? Here, like keep Lichu and Ususaki far away from the Lord, and that is the thing he will do. And look at that, he's just keeping his eye on Lichu, especially because he just know he's the main damage dealer of his Phantom Steed. Once again, Ususaki will put his retribution, but unfortunately no. Mafu with the swift hand retribution ability. Yamazaki has been taking Ususaki in the meantime. Super Penny is showing his class, and Lichu also got slain. I told you, Boomslang will keep his keen eye, especially on Liru, and that is what he did.
And Rashi trying to go for the outplay, and he will do the outplay against Mafu. Mafu, yeah, he was trying to chase him down, but then he, in fact, was killed by Arashi. Okay, there was no any way that Arashi could survive that situation, and at the same time there's some players, couple of players from Velocity trying to push the inhibitor turret of mid lane, but then they focused on killing some player like Loki, and okay, they didn't manage to get any, not the tower, not the turret, or even the kill during that that class.
They just got resurrected in a very perfect time. They just got all resurrected, and I guess they will manage to save their inhibitors from the Lord or even their invasion. Okay, so Lichu just trying to take the Lord, and definitely he will do that. And in the meantime, they just lost the mid lane's inhibitor tower, and whenever you're just losing the mid lane's inhibitor tower, that just exposed the entire map, and you were just losing the control of your map. So that is a bad thing, losing down the the inhibitor of the mid lane. And if we just talk about the gold difference right now, there's a almost 5,000 gold lead Velocity is taking against the Defame side, and they just took down the Lord, but the cost was heavy, so they just took the mid lane. They just took the mid lane, and now they're just losing their all entire map access right now.
Yeah, obviously, the fame they might not be able to contest much on the neutral objectives as the game is, getting towards the favor of Velocity as they
Yeah,
are
they're just doing
losing
the
the.
favor.
Yeah.
All right, so uh, there's a cold environment is going on in the land of Dawn. Even Defame, they are just waiting for to create a perfect momentum, or as I just mentioned, they're just uh, waiting for velocity. Just want them to make a mistake. One slight little mistake will all enough for them to, you know, to take them down, and that is what they're just expecting right now, to maneuver the situation, something new against him, velocity, and give them, just a little bit hard time. But in the other hand, if you just look about the velocity side, they're just cool in hate. They just want to initiate a perfect team fight with the help of, Boomslag. And Boomslag, what he is just doing right now, he just keeping his eyes on Lead to just wherever he just go, he just keeping the map
Oh,
open for Lead.
Mafu getting isolated from rest of the team. He will get
Oh,
taken down by Arasi. Sung
oh,
Ripu, he also procced his ultimate towards the cloud from, and now they are missing their retribution holder. Super Penny is there. Maybe he will take a move. I'm not sure about that. And he is going for
no.
Arasi. And there is the blazing duet. Super Penny will fall to the hands of Usatsuki. There is still 3v3 situation going on. So Ripu is still with his thunder form, and he might not be able to dish out the damage. He's getting melted. The real world manipulation will be disrupted, and they are getting chased down. Halloween will fall to the hands of Yamazaki, the last member standing. Boom Slang is a roamer. He will not be able to do much in this Lord battle, as he is one and only person or player against four of the players of Team Defame.
And that was a quite unnecessary for, say, Super Penny. Like, he was waiting inside the bush, and he just only locked down Arashi, and that was a biggest foolish decision that he has made in this game, and he paid off very nicely. Because that was quite unnecessary. Like, you just started your magic speed wheel, and you were just locked. You just locked a mage or a marksman who could easily escape with his second skill, like, Kimi. It was a foolish decision. He might took
Yeah.
down, Kimi, but the cost was so heavy, and the reason they just lost the Lord.
Yeah, or maybe he was trying to retreat, but then Arasi, he was the one to spot him inside the bush. Who knows? Anything could have happened. But yeah, there's a Lord approaching the base of Team Velocity. They have some, yeah, obviously they have some high ground defending capability, but will they be able to sustain against the damage coming up from Team Defame? They have already taken care of the top lane, inhibited turret. There's some cloud burst going on from Song Ripu as well. Yeah, they have managed to clear up some minions. That is why they might be able to defend the push this time.
And yeah, there is a one thing that you guys need to remember, that is that Defame is a full setup. They have the full setup for the late game like Arashi and Lichu. So don't make it late, then you have to suffer the consequences of them picking.
The peace break and peace crack once again. Halloween is falling to the hands of Arasi. Loki will copy the ultimate and will burst down Super Penny. There's another person who is Litu on Vaka who will get taken down. Boom Slang flickering out of his own base will not survive as Arasi will chase him down once again. Another cloud from popping up from Song Ripu. He managed to sustain some damage, but it's still Uzutsuki will take down Pennywise. Just one person trying to defend the base against three of the players of Defame. Song Ripu, he will take down Loki, but Uzutsuki, he's trying to lock down the base. Just 1 minute, but he will dash right at the very critical situation. If he had used his maybe basic attack, maybe that could happen a bit, you know, possible, but maybe that wasn't possible. Even if he had cleared out that minion, just taking some few, the base turret hits, he could have taken care of the base, I guess.
Yeah, it was a tough situation to decide for, I mean, the velocity side, but they just tried very well, and in the end, it just ended up by losing. And now the game comes alive. The game comes alive by the one-on-one situation from the both side, and thought it was a hell of a good gameplay from Team Defame side, and they just got the victory. All right, so we will enjoy another game because it will be a best of three because they have won the game and they just secured their place, and this will be the last game for them, and the loser will get the ticket to the home, and the winner will go to the upper bracket.
Yeah, and we will be heading towards the replay or highlight of the game number two. Let's see what happened, how the team Velocity lost their tempo, and the team Defame was the one who secured the game victory for the game number two.
Yeah, that's it. So we could see the replay and the intense team fight between these two, and Arashi took down Mafu, and that was the moment when they were just completely, take them down. I mean, Team Velocity, and in the last couple of minutes, the way they just took Lord and wiped them out, that was a crucial moment for them, and that was a key moment of them, and it just shook them to lead the victory. And here we go. There's another team fight, that the intense team fight that I was talking about. Like Litu just put a huge amount of damage, but in the meantime, just taken down by Halloween, the real manipulation, the copied one, the Prison Rod did much, but in this fight, the Velocity took the advantage.
Yeah,
A lot of good
and
moments.
mhm. But yeah, maybe that was the moment where they fell when Boomslang was trying to keep the pressure towards the top lane, where when the Lord was spawned towards the bottom lane, and there was Super Penny who was hiding on the boost waiting for his teammates to start the team fight, but that was too late because Mafu was already caught up and Boomslang was towards the top lane, and he took very long time to retreat from that position, and he was taken down. That's when the Fame grabbed their tempo for this game.
Yeah, the last couple of good team fight, lead them to victory. And as I said, they're just waiting to for Velocity to make them some mistakes, and they could, took the advantage of the situation. And the last maneuver from the side of Defame was amazing, that I would say. So yeah, that was a hell of a good gameplay. So I guess we will move into the drafting section in the very short period of time. And before that, we would see the MVP, and the Arashi was the MVP from the side of Defame. Like kill participation was 84%, damage dealt 26 as a mage, and you guys could see the itemization. There's a Sky Piercer to hit the stack of his damage, and there's a glowing one combined with Divine Glaive will help him to penetrate those armor, those defensive armor, and with that there's a Bloodwing. And to save himself, especially from carry, there is a Wind of Nature. This item is a little bit, unusual to say
Mhm.
with the Kimi, but it depends on your situation. If your situation say to go for the Wind of Nature, then you can go for that, because you have to save yourself, especially from the Pizza Rod and the Super Penny's brutal damage. But
Mhm.
in this game, maybe this failed to break the curse. So then, but I'd say Super
Yeah.
Penny played very well.
Yeah. I totally forgot about the curse. Yeah, we there was a curse for the carry players for this tournament. And yeah, as you said, he played really well, but then
Yeah.
some moments where they messed up. I guess that very first fight where Kimi could collect 40 stacks for the Sky Piercer right after he built up the Sky Piercer, he secured a Maniac against the Team Velocity. That was
Yeah.
also a great, trade of the Team Velocity. That was a great deal for the Team Defame, obviously. Let's see how the game number three will go, because we are heading towards the tie-breaking game between the Team Defame versus Velocity. We already saw three of the teams getting qualified, and maybe they are Yama Sports. After that, team sad eclipse. After that, today we
Kingsman
saw
also.
the team Cockatiel. Sorry, no. Kingsmen. I guess they didn't qualify. Yama Sports.
Oh, sorry,
After
sorry.
that,
I thought
sad
you were just
eclipse.
talking about the fan cars. I mean, you just thought I thought you were
Ah, okay,
talking about
okay,
the
okay.
cars.
The team, they have who have been qualified for the semifinals. They are Yama Sports, Shadow Eclipse, COCKATIEL, Supremacy, and we will be getting the last qualifier from this very competitive match as we are watching the best of three tie-breaking game between Velocity versus Team Defame.
Absolutely, and let me remind you guys once again, we are running the giveaways, and you could win tons of diamonds in this competition. Just all you have to do, share the stream on your timeline and comment down below your game ID. And don't forget to mention your friends and let them watch the games. Amazing tournaments is going on in Bangladesh and Nepal. Golden Hour Cup 2026 and powered by Mobile Legend Bang Bang, obviously. And it's a great opportunity for you if you are seeking for some free diamonds, then go for it. And also, you could have win more than 10,000 plus diamonds, and all you just have to do, we already showed you the highlights. Then you just have to do cut some clips and make a great video and make amazing video of those great moments. And you just have to upload on the Mlbb Nepal official page or maybe group, I guess. And you just all you have to do is the same thing, repeat in the Bangladesh, the same process. And if you were worthy enough, then you could have a chance to win a huge amount of diamond via Moonchun. So there's a lot of events is going on, and we already had a few guest competition like who will be the casters, and I guess you guys messed up with that. You guys failed to recognize, and if you were, and I saw a lot of Nepali players failed to recognize your star boy, that is Sudin Rai. A lot of comment by the different names, and I guess fellas from my countries, I guess they didn't make any mistakes. They just mentioned my name. I saw that, but people just messed up with Sudin Roy, man. I was like, I was watching like, why they're not mentioning Sudin?
Anyways, as we are talking about the giveaways, most of the tournaments are, sorry, most of the giveaways, or maybe all of the
Yeah,
giveaways are initiated in the Facebook page of MLBB Bangladesh and MLBB Nepal. So wherever you are watching right now, you can switch to the Facebook Live of MLBB Bangladesh or MLBB Nepal, and you can share the stream, like the stream, and drop down the in-game ID and server ID to be the one. You might be the one to win the diamonds giveaway, which is up to 5,000 worth of diamonds. And yeah, there are, as Walker said, there are giveaways of the highlights. There are some contests going on the Facebook page. So yeah, better switch right now towards the Facebook page of MLBB Nepal and MLBB Bangladesh. And we are going back to the tie-breaking game of Velocity versus Defame.
all right. So from the defense side, there's a Fanny banned Kalita as well. In the meantime, Jushin banned out from the side as well. In the velocity, there is a Grok, Claude, and like Sora has banned out from their side. Oh, velocity. Hallorain just didn't hesitate to lock down the Valkyrie goddess. I mean, the girl from Nordic, she is no one, our Freya. Freya has been locked down. Freya has been locked up. That's a very good pick.
Okay. Defame. Okay, they might have some answer against that Freya, like Esmeralda or even the Kufra is a great option, but we haven't seen Kufra for a long
Very long
time.
time.
Maybe not in any of the games in the playoffs of Golden Hour Cup. So let's see if they will go for any of the picks like Kufra or Esmeralda, who can soak up the shield from Freya, or maybe they can go for some junglers like Isensin or even Leomord. Leomord was still
Yeah,
open and
Leomord.
is really popular right now. And yeah, he have been picked up. And the Eve, who was secured by Velocity for the game number 2, is re-picked by Defame this for this game.
In this tournament, the winning percentage of Eve is 33%, and Leomord is having a very good position with a 50% win rate. And yeah, they might have some answer for Freya against Freya, but I don't see the answers yet. I guess as you just mentioned, Sudin, like we could see Esmeralda from their side. I mean, yeah, Look could have go for the Esmeralda. Yeah, it could be a very good options, you know. And Mafu this time, like zero win rate. That is a clear. Okay, so peak rate was zero. That is the reason why the win rate was zero. And Super Penny with a Lonox, a very good maze that I would say he got the mobility, especially with the order one, and also damage the chaotic assault does a lot of damage to those tanky heroes. Um, but still, there's a couple of good heroes open, like especially like I would like to see Soyo once again from the defense side. But let's see what they will log. But the biggest question is like, will the Valkyrie goddess? I mean, Freya will go for the golden, or we will see him as a playing jungler or even EXP. Okay, so here we go. Ah, Sudin just say something about the carry. No, I'm just.
Yeah, it's as for the reigns of carry, I guess it is safe to put that Freya on the golden as well. You know, carry
Biggest
and
carry.
Freya with the Malefic gun, she can outrange carry, I guess, during the
That is possible.
Valkyrie form. And yeah, once again we can see Carrie, and I don't think the cursed hero during the best of the tie-breaking game was a wise option. But yeah, that was the topic for us during the stream. But obviously for the players, she is still a good hero.
I just can't hold my laugh. Like we are talking about curse, like players, they might have think, okay, so what's going on in the commentary panel? Like they're just talking about the curse stuffs, and I don't know. Like I personally do not recommend having a carry. Like Anchilu just picked up a lot of tanky heroes, and in this tournament, like it's like 1 day passed, and today this is the last game. This 2 days, and more than 10 or 10 plus games we have witnessed together. The zero witness of carry. The pick rate was
Mhm.
high. You might see in the next game if any other players in the next few games they just go for the carry pick. If they dare to do that, then we might see the winning percentage of carry that will be zero. That will be a goddamn zero. That will be a complete null null. There is nothing for carry. Never mind,
Okay,
carry is going to be a
hope someone will break that curse. I'm really excited to see that curse being broken. Anyways, we can see some heroes getting banned. Yes, Esmeralda, which could possibly counter that. Freya has been banned out by Velocity, where from the side of Defame, they are banning some junglers like Isansin and Guinevere. Velocity with the last ever ban for 2 days, and even for the playoffs. This will be the last ban for the playoffs of Golden Hour Cup 2026. What will it be?
All right, so here we go. There's Esmeralda banned out. Like as you just said, like Esmeralda could be a very good counter for, uh, you know, I mean Freya. So they just banned out as well, and with the combined with the culture is also banned out from the velocity set. All right, I just missed your question. Did you just ask anything to me, Suthin? If I'm not wrong, I just heard you
Yeah, I
say
was
something.
just asking about the last ever ban of the Golden Hour Cup 2026 playoffs. That will be the last ban. And okay, we are heading towards the last ever pick after a few seconds, obviously. There will be gutted cards coming up from the fame. Okay, there's is still yet to, I mean, Velocity, they are still yet to reveal their marksman, the gold laner. Maybe it might be Freya, or maybe it could be something else. But Defam, they are already ready to dive into that backline, even when the backline of the team Velocity isn't revealed yet.
Hmm. They just banned out the Guinevere, and as long as with the Yi Sun Shin, is a very good ban because there is no jungler yet from their side. So banning out the Yi Sun Shin was beneficial, that I would say. And okay, so is it
Mhm.
trip with a Lapu pick two, win rate 50%, and the peak rate of Fedrin was one that we have witnessed in the last game, and still percentage is quite low. But I just do love Fedrin having as a jungler, So I do play Fedrin sometimes whenever I just go for the jungle, and I really love that hero, especially with the Prison Rod and the four skill setup. it makes some heroes so special. Whenever you just have four skills set up like Fursa, Masha, or even Vedrin, it just makes you special, than the other heroes. I just love them four skill heroes. Never mind.
So what do you think will be the last pick for the team
Oh,
Defame? They might be needing an XP laner, or maybe they can flex Godot Casa in XP laner, as you have been asking Godot Casa for the XP laner. But okay, we can see a David pick for uh, the Terizla. But
oh,
I don't like very much.
yeah,
I don't
me
like this
either.
pick.
Because me either, Sudhin, because he's just quite damn slow. Like there's a two different hero in the defense lineup. One of them shorting up range, and one of them is just goddamn slow. Like the hammer strike. It is just annoying. I know it got some damage. It got huge damage. It has the damage potential. We all know that. Maybe the second skill deals a lot of damage, and even the penalty zone, hits hard. We all know that. If you just combine with the flicker, then it's okay, fine. But still, I don't like Terizla just because of he's just too slow.
Mhm.
And in the meantime, they just have one more hero that is just unable to break his curse, and the range is quite low. That is Litu on Vaka's carry. So let's see what
Mhm.
happens. I'm not quite sure about that. But let's see which team has the very last lap in this game. Will it be Velocity from Nepal, or it will be Defam from Bangladesh?
Yeah, you are watching the very last game and very last match of the Golden Hour Cup 2026 playoff phase. After this game, we will be moving towards the semi-finals of Golden Hour Cup 2026. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the tie-breaking game between Velocity versus Defame. Both of the teams will be needing a last one more win to enter the semi-finals. Who do you think will be the winner, and who do you think will be securing the seed for the semi-finals? And as well, we have some giveaways going on.
All right.
Walker.
All right, so Sudin asked me the same question that he asked me today in the very early of the game, and I'm gonna give you. You just want me to be honest, or you just want me to give like comfortable answer. Which one you want? Which one you prefer? Then I'll go for your answer. Tell me. Straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward.
Then I'm just putting my money on Cocktail Supremacy. Like, okay, guys, don't get mad, or don't be sad. Sudin is the reason why I'm saying this, because he's asking me. He just asked me twice, like which team that you were not only supporting or just keeping ahead than the other teams. Then I must have to answer him. So yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Like I'm gonna say I'm putting Cocktail Supremacy in the upper hand than the other teams. Like if I ask you the same thing, what will be your team from Nepal?
I mean, I'm not, up to date with the teams from Nepal, but as I have already seen the performance from four of the teams, I think Yama Sports is the one who is really great right now from Nepal, who are participating in Golden Hour Cup or are left for Golden Hour Cup 2026. So let's see who will be the one to secure the tournament trophy for the Golden Hour Cup 2026. And we can see already there's the turtle being spawned on the land of dawn. For the players from both teams are here to contest the turtle. There's the Phantom Steed, there's low SP Mafu. Mafu will be taken down, and Arasi with the Mafu, he will also take down the turtle. Let's see, there's the
Oh,
Tom coming up against Fanny, but still he is trying to dish out the damage. He took down one of the player who is Yamazuki. He's looking for more, but Arasi, he will be securing another kill before the 3 minutes of the mark. That's crazy.
yeah, just only 3 minutes here in the land of dawn, and Team Defame starting things off very nicely. They're just spiking their power in the very early of this game. Took 3 kills in a row, and on the other hand, like 1 kill from the side of Team Velocity, and Super Penny against a Letu on Vaka. Litu might have a little bit hard time against Super Penny, that I would say, because after Revamp, like with your second skill, not only you can continuously spam that, but also you could have a little bit dash. So if you are just targeting marksman, then it could easily go closer to a marksman. And we all know, like having a exp in the goal lane, like like our Freya, it's a little bit hard to catch them with the range. But whenever it's about Freya, it's something different. Like it could easily go to the marksman closer and put some damage with your second skill and keep spam with that. If you just maintain your stack with the basic attack, that does make sense. And that is the reason why people just love to play Freya recently these days after the revamp, especially.
Yeah, obviously, but maybe Super Penny, he
Okay.
might be getting ganked here towards the top lane. We can see three of the players rotating towards his lane, but okay, he is using his mini map, I guess.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. And he just realized his danger and he didn't show himself from the bush and hide himself. And that was nice. Like you were enough map conscious that I'd say. Like you were just keeping your eyes on the map and you just realized they were about to get ganked and you just positioned yourself safe. Oh, look at the Valkyrie strikes are coming on Freya and the enhanced basic attack. Okay, so Lidu might be in trouble. He will give a hell of a chase, but oh no. Okay. Lidu got slain by the help of Sung Drip. Sung put it in hand.
Yeah, he rotated all the way from bottom lane, and he might be missing his ultimate during the turtle fight. There's the AOZ coming up, but Mafu will be the one to secure the turtle. Is Utsutsuki was already isolated by Boom Slang. His Tsunami Slam was really helpful to secure the turtle. There's Loki, and his ultimate penalty zone was cancelled twice in a row. That was very, very frustrating as an explainer, I would say. Guys, I know being playing Teresa and getting all cancelled for 2 times in a row.
Oh my god.
You can't do nothing.
And that is the reason, Sudan, that you just hate Teresa a lot.
No, I don't hate Teresa, but in this lineup, especially against the lineup of Velocity, I don't think Teresa will be able to, make any set. He will just be a tool to disengage the fight, which will be initiated by Velocity, I guess. That's the reason I think DEFAME opted for the Teresa pick. They will just be using that Teresa if there is some kind of dive in against their lineup or against their backline from Velocity.
Yeah, absolutely. But still, I would say maybe we're just, mocking for Teresa, but still, I would say Teresa is a very good EXP laner, especially
Yeah,
with the sustains and the
he
damage.
is.
And not only that, but also if you can just penalty. Okay, so here we go. There's a fight. All right, so there's a prison rod, but unfortunately nobody home, and Phantom Sins keep coming on. Double kill for Usosaki, where to get some more, but he might in trouble. Arashi taking down Snung Drip.
Yeah, maybe he is looking for more. Mafu is low on SP. Loki will take him down. Okay, now the Teresa is showing his true color. Yamazaki is low on SP. Super Penny is also low on SP. That was 1v2 situation fight, and Super Penny nearly was taken down over there towards the top lane. If he was taken down, that will be total loss for Velocity, as they already lost some trades toward the bottom lane, or the turtle pit. They even lost the Tio Hunter from the mid lane.
Usosaki in the meantime tried to get the third turtle of this game, and I guess with the competition he will secure that. And penalty zone once again, real one ventilation. In the meantime, Phantom Seed Usosaki once again secured the turtle. Litu and Vaka secured the kill. Sorry, Mafu secured the kill, I guess. No, Mafu slain by the hand of Litu. Oh, that was a great kill, like you just stash away the jungler, and that means a lot, and it will give you a huge farm and a huge goal whenever you're just taking down your jungler in the early phase. And never mind, they're just taking the lead. I mean, DEFAME 8 kills in a row.
Yeah, and now we can see DEFAME. They are on the control of the map. I think this will be the game that a carry player will be breaking the curse. I'm not sure. It is still, not confirmed yet that she will be breaking the curse. Right now, we can see one-on-one battle between Pennywise versus Utsutsuki. Utsutsuki is facing some damage, but obviously he will be taking the help of the turret. He will be retreating back, and also Super Penny, he will not be committing much, as he might get ganked if he overstayed for that 1v1 battle.
Let's moving on to the itemization. So we could see the item of this of both of these teams. So starting things up with the Freya, just going for Trinity, if I'm not wrong, because there's a golden step combined with the Corazon side. And in the other hand, talking about Lichu. Okay, so going for the Trinity as well. And in the other
Ooh.
hand, ooh,
Boom
look
and
at
Sid, I guess, from Teresa. There's real world manipulation, but Boomslang will secure the kill against Loki. He was isolated with the help of that tsunami slam. Alright, Defame lost one of the player. That was nice said though, but they didn't manage to get any, the advantage from that said Loki. I think he might have heard that, we criticized him thinking that it is the a lot. Oh, look at the damage coming up from Litu on Vaka. He just melted down Boomslang.
maybe we're just insulted, but actually we're just having some fun with Charisma because just that's low, but still he's a very good hero. But let's put that aside, and here there's a lot dance, and I guess we won't say any team, any fight. I guess okay, so Mafu is here. Sangdrip also made his presence in the riverside area of the Lion of Dawn, and I guess
Oh,
they will
lot.
all of a team fight. All right, so Prison Rod and Mafu seeking the Lord, as well Litu and Vaka seeking the kill of Halloween. Fight has been going on, and Super Penny seeking the kill of Litu, and Usosaki might be in trouble, but unfortunately he secured the kill of Sangdrip. But the cost was heavy. You just lost one of your comrade,
Mhm.
and but the advantage was taken down by velocity by the Lord. The trade was fair, I guess. Lost two hero,
Yeah,
the
and
Lord.
okay, I guess Litu on Vaka will be respawn if the respawning time was a bit longer. Maybe they could have made it to, they might have hard time defending the Lord. But okay, without Leto on Vaka, they have already managed to secure cleared out the Lord push coming up from the city. Super Penny with the lane card, and there's some players who are trying to zone out the players who are on the way of Super Penny. They might be able to take down the tier 1 turret from top lane, but it's still Team Velocity, they are very far to gain back the control of the map against Defame.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like Velocity, they're just having a very bad time and hard time, especially against the defense side. 5 kills only secured by their side. And right now, there's a neutral situation going on in the land of Dawn. So if we have a look on the snowball, if we just see the statistics of these two teams, then we could. No, it's not the itemization. I mean, snowball. If you able to see the snowball, then I could explain something more about this game. So we could see some statistic based on this game. Like I could explain the ups and downs of both of this team. Like there's 11, almost 12 minutes past in the land of Dawn. So we might have a discussion about the snowball. Okay, look, put that aside. I guess Yamazaki just eagerly waiting to give a hell of a team fight and engage a perfect team fight or a perfect initiation against the velocity. Especially, will try to lock, Halloween. I mean, yeah, Halloween especially, and also their Freya super penny because there is no marksman, but we will count Freya as their marksman. So a perfect initiation is all enough for them. I mean, for a Defame to get themselves little bit ahead more than the
Mhm.
velocity. Because if you want to win this game, then you have to maintain this. You know.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So
The
there's a tsunami.
same situation is, repeating here. Now the Tsunami Slam, there's the Phantom State from Utsutsuki, a lot of damage against the player from Velocity, and Halloween will take down Arasi, but
Ah,
still Halloween will get traded back. Boomslang is still low on HP, there's not much player to deal the
oh
damage.
no.
Yes, they are getting chased back, and this
Oh,
AOC, they only managed, oh, 3 plays stun with that Lance Shaker, but there's not much damage coming up from Velocity. Utsutsuki with another kill against Songtrip, who I think there's a lot up grab, so they will not engage more. Defame, they are marching towards Lord. They will just secure the Lord with, without any kind of risks, and yeah, they'll be approaching the team Velocity with the Lord on their hands.
Yeah, the Lord will be taking down without any, without any interruption and all. And in the other hand, Freya just trying to focus on the neutral objective. Just, give those minions some room to destroy the TR2 by their own. And that the Lord is approaching from the top lane. And it's a 13 minutes Lord. Definitely, it could be a little bit raged enough than the 9 minutes Lord. So yeah, with Lord, Defem could initiate or engage multiple way. They could start a perfect team fight by the help of Yamazaki, or even they could isolate someone, or even they could focus on the objective, like focusing on the tower, especially the TR2 in the mid lane, or even go for the bot. I guess they're just so into engaging a perfect team fight. Yamazaki, look at the way he was just trying to get himself pumped and moving forward to Super Penny, Avatar of the Guardian, but unfortunately managed to get only one hero, and Mapu might be in trouble. And yes, there is a Rashi burning up everything with his help of the glowing one, and the top hand TR1 is down. I mean, the inhibitor is gone, and the mid might go as well.
Yeah, Milan inhib have been taken down. Now there is no inhibitor left for the team Velocity. Their base turret fountain will be left open there. Lito on Vaka with another automation, which is the Malefic gun. There will be few more range as well as the
Oh no!
Slang
Boom
is getting
slang.
prepared, and he will fall as well. Supani, and that's the double for Lito on Vaka.
One-man army.
2 more minion waves, and Halloween will fall to this Mafu trying to defend against 4 of the players. Songgrip who will fall
Oh,
to
look at the
Mafu
sunset,
still
no.
holding on. A places strike onto 2 of the players, but
No.
that's not gonna help them. That's the complete wipeout against Feather City and Team Defame. They are celebrating their victory, and they are the final team who will enter the semi-finals of the Golden Hour Cup 2026.
All right, it seems like in today, day two, Bangladesh is having a very good time. First, in the first match, it was COCKATIEL supremacy, and the second game, it was, like Team Defame. They just wiped Team Velocity and just uprooted them from the road, and they're just, make themselves a little bit ahead in the next stage. And that was a hell of a good gameplay. There was a hell of a team fight between these two teams. Like they just took 3 games to decide their fate, and in the end, it just ended up, you know, by the victory of Team Defend. Like look at the match highlights. Like in this match, in this game, I mean in the third game, we were just quite sure about the success because the way they have started, especially Arashi, the aggressiveness
Yeah.
with the Eve was amazing. Like he just took 3 kills. I mean 2 kills in the very first beginning of the game. And the early start of from their side was very crucial and very important, and there's a reason why they just got more guts, and more confident to put velocity down, and that worked a lot, and that worked perfectly. Even the tsunami slam was great in this match. Like I was so into on Boom Slang strategy. I mean the way he just initiated, especially just try to lock down the back laner. It was good, but like the whole team wasn't enough. Especially I would say Halloran's effort wasn't enough for them because there was no marksman. So that job should have done by Halloween and Freya. The Super Penny wasn't good enough in this game, and this whole team paid off very nicely.
Yeah, and another thing I guess was the Frederick pick coming up from Velocity. He was just a sandbag, but nothing else. Yeah, there was already 2 of the players. There were already 2 picks who could already give a hard time against that Fred. When there's the Eve who could slow him down, who could poke him freely, and there's Carrie who will obviously melt him down during the later stages of the game. And even though there were 2 players or 2 picks who could trouble him so much during the game, he is still went for that favorite pick. Maybe something like
Yeah.
Assassin who could burst down the backline would be better, but it's still, yeah, maybe that was the reason. The reason might be that they had some burst type maze from their side, like Lunox, and they even had Freya, who is a damage dealer, obviously, from their team. So they needed something who could protect them. So they opted. They might have, maybe that was the reason that they opted for the Fragrant Pig. But the Fragrant, he wasn't being able to do much in this game. He was just getting poked by everyone from all of the players of Team Defame and the Fragrant Mafu. He wasn't being able to put on so much in this game.
Mafu was amazing in the first game that we have witnessed. Even second game, Mafu was also did a very good job in the second game, but in the last game, he just messed up a lot. He just messed up a lot, and you just explained with the Fedrin one. I'm completely agreeing with you, and this Fedrin is a little bit slow. And yeah, against Leomord Usosaki, the way he played is amazing. I told you he's a very good EXP laner. You could see a glimpse of that in his, the Lemur pick. Like, Lemur is a fighter, maybe is a fighter-based hero. I mean, fighter-based hyper, but still he's a fighter. He's not even assassin. So yeah, he's so good with that, especially with every single EXP laner, EXP jungler. Now we could see that. So yeah, Mafu was quite behind in this game. In the first two game, he was amazing. He tried a lot, but he just messed up, and the whole team just ended up by this. So that's all for today's match, and we have witnessed two amazing gameplay from Bangladeshi side. First, it was Supremacy who just got the victory against one of the best team of Nepal, and in the second game, we saw another devastating good gameplay, and they just kept their country's name, and that is Team Defame. All the players was amazing, and so that's all for today. And I guess we will see the MVPs, a lot of more, you know, a lot of more things will come from the streamer side, I guess. All right, so we got a message. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have to end.
Anyways, I would like to inform you, everyone who are watching it still till now, the semi-final day one will be hosted on 10th of March, and semi-finals day 2 will be on the following day, which is the 11th of March. After that, we will be having third place match on 13th of March, and for the grand finals, it is scheduled for 15th of March. Still, this might not be the final schedule, but yeah, I guess that was the schedule which was provided to me. But yeah, you can follow the official page of Mlbb Nepal and Mlbb Bangladesh to get the accurate schedule of the matches. But yeah, stay prepared if you want to witness the battle between Nepal and Bangladesh. But yeah, there's only one team from Nepal and 3 from Bangladesh for the semi-finals. Let's see who will be the one who will be crowned for the Golden Hour Cup 2026.
Absolutely. Keep your eyes open, and don't forget to follow our every single socials: MLBB, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just subscribe and follow every single social so that you could get updated every single time whenever there's a event is going on, and a lot of contests are running on here based on this tournament, based on this event. So that's all for tonight. We'll be back again in the main stage. Till then, take care. Good night. Sayonara.
This arrow shatters silence and heralds the spring. Let the light of spring illuminate our path.
May all be blessed with a golden harvest. Fallen leaves on golden winds sing of autumn's arrival.
Though winter falls, we yearn for spring stirring, Florian and I.
Together, we'll brave winter's embrace.
by spring's light.
In the name of autumn.
Hidden blossoms.
Fruits of our labor.